Let's go.
All right, guys. Welcome back to another
Avengers, baby.
We're back.
What's up, y'all?
How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the Avengers.
Yo.
Oh, really? Okay.
How we doing it?
I like that. Didn't Sandy get you that?
Yeah. So I figure I wear it on this show.
All right, guys. So,
hello, what's up?
What's up, guys? I miss y'all.
Chloé,
what's up? No cap, Chloé in the building. What's going on?
Listen, a lot's been going on. So
okay.
All right.
And since we had the wonderful show last Thursday, last Sunday, shout out to Big Mike and Little Ant for that amazing live show with Stadia Pro Gaming talking about the Justice League, the Snyder Cut, and more specifically Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yes.
So we were able to articulate our points, but we wanted Chloé to give herself a chance to articulate herself.
all right, where are we starting?
Start from the beginning.
We're talking about Falcon.
Justice League.
We're talking about Justice League first. Okay. So I thought it was dope, like all the way dope. Like I wish I was in the movie theaters. I would sit for 4 hours straight.
Mm.
And I thought of it like kind of like binge watching, because when Josh was like, "Oh, it's 4 hours," I was like, "Dang, 4 hours!"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, I binge watch like shows on Netflix, so this is another marathon." Like we set up the whole living room. We don't have our couch yet, so we put up a blow-up mattress and we watched it for 4 hours straight. It was lit. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Like,
okay.
I mean, it was weird that Batman was there though, because he doesn't really have powers. So I was like kind of intrigued at what he was going to do.
Yeah.
But,
and he did everything. He brought the team together.
He
so
did.
You're welcome.
Listen, he brought the team together.
That's about it.
And he had a lot of money, so he had a lot of gadgets,
resources,
which was cool. But I was just intrigued. I'm like, how are they going to beat this guy? But it did remind me of Thanos, the Endgame. So I was dropping stuff. So I was like comparing it to the two the whole time. But honestly, I liked the movie a lot. Like I don't understand why this didn't make it to the movie theaters. Besides the fact that it's 4 hours, but
yeah. Well, you know what I said, Chloe? I said they could have cut out some stuff and made it a little shorter. There were some scenes I was like, like for me actually being a content creator, and I typically record so much footage, and then I end up making a video like this long, but I had this much footage, and you always could find stuff that like, all right. So when I first started out, if you go back and see all my videos, it was like 28 minutes long, 30 minutes long, because I didn't know any better. Like I'll show me walking. It might take me 4 minutes to walk to something, and I'm recording the whole thing. But then when I got more into it, I was like, oh wait, I could just take a one step, and then next you know I'm here. So I feel like there were certain scenes that if they really wanted to, he could have cut it down to maybe a 3. I don't know. He could have cut it down longer than 4 hours, and we would have enjoyed it just the same.
Yeah, I said maybe 3 hours and 20 minutes, something like that. Okay, yeah. It's still a decent time in the movie theater where you're not like getting to a point where you got to use the bathroom or anxious stuff. I think that would have been. Endgame was like 3:20, I think. So I think it could have been still that. And still, I think 4 hours at home, it actually doesn't feel that bad, honestly. Mm-hmm. But I think if I was like sitting in a theater for that long, I might have started to feel that a little bit. So
really in a theater, Mike? What?
Well, I think at home, I mean, who watched the Snyder Cut and did take some kind of pause at home for 4 hours?
But we only took a very short pause.
But you took 8 pause though. Everybody took some sort of pause, whether it was bathroom or refilling a drink or whatever it was and stuff like that. So it's different. The theater is kind of a whole.
Theaters. I refuse to go to the bathroom. Can't. I'm missing anything. I didn't pay to come use the bathroom, so I can't watch the movie.
You'll never, ever see me get up in a movie theater.
You know what I feel like? You remember, Big Mike, you gonna remember this, and Chloe, you actually saw this, and it's the only person who didn't see this. Remember the Aquaman movie screening when they went up to the valley, and that guy goes to the bathroom, and John was like, "Sit down."
Right.
Yeah. Anyone who goes to the movies with me, that's what I'm thinking, man. You better sit down.
I did. I'm guilty because I went to the bathroom during Tenet. Hold it. Like, what are you supposed to do? Or I mean, they definitely could have cut out that stuff with Flash with the girl.
I thought so too. I didn't need that.
Wait. That literally, it was supposed to set up the solo Flash film.
It's still coming out, Flash film. So,
but that's why I was in there. It's the only reason I was in there.
Because I fell asleep. I'm not gonna lie.
They could have
like 5 minutes.
With editing, they could have chopped it up though. Like it was just way too long. Like he was just talking to the lady. Like that scene was dragged on. So you could tell that scene, he probably would have, even if all this was gonna be in it, a lot of stuff he probably would have still edited itself. Like I don't think that scene would have on the actually coming out like officially would have been that long. It felt really long, you know.
I fell asleep.
Let me ask you a question. I didn't ask on our show, Anthony. How y'all like how he uses his speed, like how it looks compared to, let's say, Quicksilver in the Marvel movies?
I said that to Sandy. So when he goes, electricity come down. You know, like to simulate that he was shocked by lightning. So it's interesting. It's a little weird though, because it's like, okay, so what are you saying, that you got every time you start speeding up, you get struck by lightning, or it's that much energy in your body? So I mean, personally, it's cool looking, but I don't care for it too much. Like I don't mind the fast dude just go fast and the slow motion, you know, versus everything go and electricity. It shows falling and everything. I think it's a little overkill.
Interesting. I actually love that because it kind of illustrates DC's version of the quantum realm, because when you're moving that fast, you see things differently. Just like how the whole light spectrum, when we look at light, human beings can only see a certain level of spectrum. But when you do other things, when you go to the multiverse and the microorganisms, then you see things at a different level. And there's always electricity in the air. We just don't see it because of the frequency and the color waves and whatnot. So I thought it was a cool illustration of that, what it must be like scientifically to be going that fast.
I hear you, but the view is from our eyes looking in. So if we was another Flash person, then it makes sense to see what he could see. But
that's fair. But we're seeing it from Barry's perspective, which is why we see it then.
Did you guys see Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah.
So that's like the same thing. That's what I compared it to.
I thought Sonic's looked better, honestly. I think I'm a little with Tony, that it's kind of like it's a lot going on with the electricity. It's a lot of overkill. Like, I feel like even Quicksilver and X-Men, I like that better.
Yeah, me too. Like for instance, right? If I'm standing right next to him, he start running, am I gonna get electrocuted? Because it's so extra. Even if they toned it down a little bit,
that was the whole point of the electricity, was illustrating that because he moved so fast, the electricity came out. That's how he was able to power the blocks.
Mother box.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I just visually standing like the ones like when he burst out of his shoes and stuff like that.
Yeah. And that I wanted to bring up. That I didn't bring up that was in my notes. But Chloe, I was telling the guys, if you heard that, I wrote 65 things down that was different in the Snyder cut. But so here's my thing. So how super is he? He bursts out of his shoes and his feet dented in the ground. So wouldn't he tear his feet off or something? Like, is he like super?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was just a regular guy that can move super fast. So how did his feet not even?
Well, he also heals. You know, remember he heals quick.
What up, E-Money? What up, Chris B?
Yeah, he does heal quick. That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, but when his feet wasn't even scratched.
But again, it all scientifically, to me, it all works because the electricity conveys how like, pun absolutely intended, he heals. Because human beings, our bodies, we have electricity all throughout our bodies.
But hold up, when he got shot, right? He had the graze and everything, right? Tore his suit up and everything. You seen he was injured. When his feet dug into the ground with the scene of the car, he saved her from the car being crashed to the truck. No, what's wrong with his feet at all?
Well, okay, so when he got shot, it was super fast when he healed though, because it was in slow motion. So
it was still taking him a minute to heal. He was hurt.
No, it wasn't a minute. Remember, it felt like a minute to us, but to him, I mean, in real time.
After he got shot, he was limping and it was hurting him. It took a little bit for it to heal. Remember, they was even having a conversation. He was talking. He was like, "Yo, you got to do it now." And he was like, like it made it seem like it could have been 5 minutes that he was.
But I thought it wasn't. I thought that was like him saying you have to do it now, and then they showed him like sped up.
I don't know, but did anybody watch the TV show? It's like this on the TV show too. I don't know. I don't watch the TV show, but
yes, it is. It's just different colors.
Oh, okay.
It looks. I'm not saying it don't look cool, but for the whole ideal of it, it looks. It's like it's too much going on. Like it's a bit much. But,
I like it. It kept me awake. Well, not really.
What time did you guys watch it? That you were going to sleep for?
In the afternoon,
all day. We watched it from 12 to 4, right?
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
But I'm telling you, I only fell asleep for like 5 minutes.
Well, let me ask you some of this, because since the movie came out, how do y'all feel about the fact that I guess the CEO of Warner Bros. Just said there will be no more Snyderverse? She's kind of cutting it short or whatever.
I mean, it has to do that. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. Like as a fan service, this movie was fan service. Let's be clear, right? So, I mean, you kind of have to do. If you leave it open ended, the fans are going to get more and more like you have to nip it in the bud, or the fans going to be running around with pitchforks. We want. You got to say nope, that's it, and then just leave it at that. And there's fans still complaining. At least he can say we said that was it, and that's it. You know, you don't leave something like that open because the fans gonna have a field day with it.
I think I agree with you on that, and I guess they have their own vision. It's already in the works, so I agree with you on that too. It's just a shame that we got that kind of because it sets up for sequels. So it's kind of like we watched the movie to set up for nothing. So I kind of don't like that part of it.
Yeah, and now you have the alternate Snyderverse for every movie going forward. Like, oh, what could have been if they followed that trajectory of the storyline, which, as we all agree, was much better, much more well developed. And that I feel like that's going to be a bad taste in everyone's mouth or in the back of our minds. Like, damn, what could have been if you followed that?
Yeah. Like I'm happy for the Robert Pattinson Batman movie, but I kind of want to see that Ben Affleck Batman versus Deathstroke movie.
That's a great story. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I kind of think that would have been dope, actually. So I'm kind of like, wow, like Josh said, what could have been or what would have been. And, the problem going big is that if they come out with movies that are like subpar, they want to keep saying, if he would have kept it with the Snyderverse, he would have had this problem or whatnot. So that's the issue. I feel like.
Absolutely. And I'm curious to see what they do with Cyborg, and I was happy his character got more developed in this version of the film. So hopefully they do him justice moving forward because he has power. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I thought there was a rumor that they was getting rid of him. Like before.
Yeah, well, he's got the law. He's got the issue against the Warner Brothers for the harassment or whatever, or racial injustice from the first movie. And then the lady came out this week and said they did an investigation and they found nothing that was done wrong to him. So he's not going to do. He's done. Ray Fisher's out or whatever like that.
Sounds like what happened with John Boyega.
Yeah, sure too. So. And again, it's another shame because like he was supposed to be in the Flash movie as well, and now he won't do that. So it's like I'm happy we got it. It was so amazing, so dope. Yeah. But I feel like it does like, hey, I want more of this stuff like that.
That was my favorite part of the whole thing. Was all the extra they added for him.
Yes.
He felt like in the original that he was like the most left out character. I know some people say, oh, the stuff they added with Flash was cool, but no, not at all. The stuff with Flash didn't make Flash a better character. But the stuff with Cyborg made him a better character.
I agree. I think that part for me, the part with the old gods fighting Darkseid. I think that was the dopest part for me.
Oh, the Madden Darkseid.
Yeah. When the old gods fought him, when it was Zeus and all them and stuff like that, I thought that was pretty dope.
When they put the mittens to him.
Basically, when they chipped them, exactly.
Absolutely. So overall, I do think the aftermath of the Snyder Cut fans will be wanting more. And as Tony said, the executives, because I would say they're less prone to fan service on the DC side of things. I think they're more prone to do that in Star Wars and Disney and Marvel. But Warner's is suited all the way up, let's say, and I think they're going to be able to. I don't know if I actually don't know if they're going to be able to recover from this long term, because unless the next films are going to be so much better, is this going to be like, I don't know.
Well, the next film is coming out, The Suicide Squad, so pretty soon.
Yeah.
Right. And Miguel, I didn't see the trailer yet. What did you think?
I thought the trailer was really good. I kind of think it like that one is crazy, but I feel like I wish that was a theater only type movie because it's that good. I feel like that. I wish James Gunn's vision would go on there. There's some silliness in it, but it definitely feels like it's going to be way better than the first Suicide Squad to me. I like what they added. I like what they the characters they added and stuff like that. John Cena looks like he's going to be good in it, and other people. So I'm excited for it. So.
I seen it too, and I feel like it looks, the first one for me may have a little more level of seriousness, where this one's look really silly, but it looks like that good fun team up movie. Might even feel like a Guardians of the Galaxy kind of sorta.
James Gunn.
The tie-ins with Guardians of the Galaxy. What makes Guardians of the Galaxy a little more serious is all the tie-ins to the other stuff. But if you take that out, it's just kind of silly fun movie. This Suicide Squad looks like a silly fun movie. A bunch more characters. But again, my little nitpick was it looked good. I just didn't like the music I was playing in the background. I feel like they made it way too silly. That they sometimes they sell movies a certain way. For me, I feel like, man, I would totally go into it looking at it a different way and not thinking it's just going to be this silly throwaway movie.
Well, to be fair, the Guardians is the silly movie that of Marvel, so that I'm sure that's why Warner specifically hired James Gunn to do something similar, carbon copy it in the DC verse. So I'm seeing it.
It looks like this could be the DC's version of Guardians of the Galaxy, like they're
which is what Suicide Squad is supposed to be anyway.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, and Guardians, as you know, it's one of my favorites. So I think I'm looking forward to it, and I do like some of the things. Like if you look at the first trailer, when they go to save Harley Quinn, like John Cena's wearing like jean shorts and a polo shirt. At first, it's like very like I don't know, it's kind of like silly but cool. I think like that. So make sure you guys check out the trailer when you get a chance. So.
And you said John Cena's supposed to have a spinoff show on HBO, right?
Yeah, after this, they're going to make a spinoff show with his character. I forget his name right now, but the character name. But yeah, I think like a 9-10 episode spinoff show, like right after this. So
shout out to Stadia Pro Gaming. What up, my bro?
Yeah, I was wondering when he was going to catch on. I've been as you guys been seeing me, I've been shooting, sending the link all over the world. I did it earlier this morning, but I want to do it again. So
yeah, so did I. Yeah, definitely. So
by the way, the link to the live stream from last Sunday is in the description, so check out Stadia Pro Gaming as well.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. You okay over there, Chloé Dizzle?
Well, you got brain freeze or something?
First of all, no. I have a new desk, so I bought these coasters, and the coasters keep getting stuck to the cup. So Josh just dropped his coaster, and then mine just dropped too.
I have 2 coasters over here that goes with my Slytherin cup. So shout out to Chloé for getting me this for my birthday.
Nice.
And I got a free Starbucks today, so shout out to Starbucks.
Okay. That's cool.
But yes, I'm actually curious to see if DC can out Marvel by doing what DC does best and Warner's and HBO does best with television. Because if they're able to add that component of television to this universe, I think they're gonna be able to dramatically decrease the separation that Marvel has done over the past decade.
I know we're gonna get into it, but watching the episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, they better jump on it soon because they got, listen, the Marvel movies are excellent, and the tie-ins is getting so good. We'll talk about that when we talk about it, but they better jump on it.
To Josh's point, I feel like they can, and I feel like they're thinking about having a Green Lantern Corps show. I think that'll be pretty dope. Like I said, the Suicide Squad show. They're gonna do the from the Batman movie, they're gonna do like a Gotham PD show. I think that'll be dope or whatever. So, and I think because HBO Max, they can be more dark and rated R-ish, and where Marvel stuff is on Disney, so they got like a limit of what they can do and whatnot.
My only issue is this, right? The biggest driving force in my life, period, right? When I think of content, I think of doing anything, is interest, right?
Mm.
So my issue is this. What I give Marvel credit for is making me interested into characters that I never were, right? For instance, I told my wife this morning, we're watching Falcon Winter Soldier. I said, when I was younger, we called Captain America Corny Cap. He was never a popular character for me when I was little, but Marvel somehow made me care about him. What DC isn't doing is making me care about Green Lantern. If Green Lantern Corps came on tomorrow, I'm probably not going to watch it. HBO, no HBO, because I don't really care, right? So they have to start, they have to build, for me, you guys might all watch it, but for me, you have to get, and I'm sure there's some people like me, we want to be interested, like Guardians of the Galaxy. They're my, like, didn't even know about them, right? As a comic book fan. But now I'm like, if they had a show, I will watch it. Perfect example. I don't want to get to there too much yet, but I'll wait later till we talk about Falcon Winter Soldier. But it got to do interest, man. You can't just, oh, HBO is the platform, so let me throw out. No, you got to make people interested. Fans are gonna watch it because you're fans.
Again, that's it sounds like someone who hasn't watched Watchmen yet.
Yep, definitely.
Watchmen was lit.
Because again, to your point, Tony, brilliant points, but you got to see what HBO has been doing. And
no, but here you're making my point. I didn't watch it. What, like, it gotta, so if you got this large platform, which is the movies, which I do watch, I'm sure some people are similar to me. You're gonna put out a movie, I'm gonna go watch it, right? In the movies. Now, if you can make me see a character and I'm like, oh man, now that character got a show, right? Like Wanda, who cared about Scarlet Witch? But when the movie came out, I was like, oh man, I cared about Scarlet Witch. They made a show, I watched it. DC isn't gonna put out a show and make me say, I wanna watch, I don't know, like, Green Lantern. Like, what has DC done to make, I'm just saying me, to say, oh, I'm going to watch Green Lantern besides, dog, it's on HBO. You know what that means?
I think it's going to be in reverse. Like,
yeah,
characters from HBO to go see the movie.
Yeah,
so I'm not going to run out and go see a movie. Well, I see everything that's action just because, or like if it's something that, it has hype around it. But if, especially now, like, I'm going to be invested more if I fell in love with the character on HBO. So, like, I didn't see the movie Watchmen.
Right.
I don't think I still haven't seen it, but the show Watchmen. So now I'm like, I have to go back and watch the movie. And then when they come out with another movie, now I'm invested. Because you spend so much time. Like, you spend, 8 hours, 11 hours watching the content versus you just going to the movie for, like, a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, I think... And well, first of all, Stadia Pro Gamer, that would never happen because HBO Max is DC and Blade is Marvel or whatever like that. So that couldn't happen. But I think I definitely get your point, Tony. But I also feel like that. Look at The Boys, right? I didn't know who the hell they were, but just because they had a dope trailer and people had a buzz about it, then it made me want to watch it. Now I'm hooked onto The Boys, stuff like that. So I feel like that if they put it there and enough people, let's say, watch it and the buzz gets big, it will generate some interest.
I'll say that if they can. Now that's a great point. So that's interest as well, right? If you feel like you're missing out, if everybody say this is so great, it's possible. But look at Breaking Bad. I never watched it until I heard on the radio they said rated the top show ever. I'm like, all right, now I got to see this because that's a big claim. So I will be curious to know what is the Green Lantern Corps they're gonna say or what's gonna come out. Like Titans. Now people are saying Titans was so good. Did any of you watch it yet?
On D,
yeah,
started watching that, and I'm way late to the party, and that show is phenomenal. And again, it's super dark. Like imagine DC Titans, Teen Titans, and it being that dark, brilliant.
Yeah, it's really dark.
I haven't watched it, Josh was watching when it first came out. Like he was all on it. He was talking about it all the time, and whatnot in the barbershop. Right. So, no, I didn't watch it. No, but it was on DC streaming at first.
Yeah, whatever. But it didn't. Nothing made you jump up and say, "I gotta watch it" because a couple people are watching it yet.
Let's see.
No, not that. No.
You also have to realize that like HBO has cult following. So like, look at Game of Thrones. Like, I didn't watch Game of Thrones until like season 5.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
And it's like a whole community.
I was season 4 watching Game of Thrones. So
yeah, maybe it was 4 that I started. But like, so if they can do that with things that people never even heard of. Like, imagine what
Yeah, but
I mean, because they did that with Lovecraft to a degree.
Yeah, Lovecraft was lit.
yeah, I look at Game of Thrones. I don't. So here's the thing. I might look at things differently. I'm more of an individual. Like, I don't look at these shows as it's a HBO thing. I look at it, it's a show that's on HBO, right? So I'm not just watching everything that HBO does. Like that, you know. I still want to see
Lovecraft. I think we're saying the same thing essentially, because what I'm saying is like it's a cult. So like you're not watching it because it's on HBO. But it's like, look at True Blood. Like,
no. I actually agree with you. Actually, the more I think about it, Chloe, I think that you're individual, so I get it too, Tony. But I feel like HBO themselves as an entity, people look for the next show on HBO because they got a proven track record and whatnot. So I think that
shows, man, like it's very rare to find an HBO show that's
look
not.
At me, Sopranos, my favorite show. Like my second favorite show of all time. That came out in 1999. And I love Sopranos, you know what I mean?
Like, they just got
Entourage, like Josh said, or whatever. It's just so many like great shows on HBO.
Wait, is Insecure on HBO or is it Showtime? Yeah, Insecure. Like they're like the pioneer.
I've never heard of that
content. Oh, you ain't here Insecure? You need to get on that, bro.
I don't listen.
I don't think that's Tony's demographic.
It's not.
I don't think it's demographic, but I think that
I don't know because he Tony likes to watch. What do you watch? Empire and stuff like that.
Oh, if you like Empire,
Ho. If there's any Warner's content he need to be watching first, it's Entourage, and that's that.
Here's my thing. If you show me a trailer, that's why I'm big on trailers, man. If you show me, all right, perfect example. Yesterday, Sandy's daughter said to me, did you hear this movie called Unholy? And I was like, no. I was like, I'm going to look at the trailer right now. I watched the first 40 seconds and stopped it. Said, I'm going to the movies to see that. I don't need to see nothing else. Because that trailer, I was like, that's my lane. It was like horror. It got Negan from Walking Dead. I seen 40 seconds, stopped it. I'm not watching another thing, so I sit in the seat. So if you make a trailer, because people could say Breaking Bad was the greatest. I heard that forever. Like, it doesn't sound like it's for me, you know, but it might be, right? I might love Insecure or whatever you're talking about, but something has to make me watch that first episode. And I feel like that I'm a hard sell. You know, that's just me though.
What made you watch Empire then? I'm just curious.
My wife wanted to watch it. Sandy wanted to watch it, you know, and she started watching wrestling because of me.
Right.
So,
wait, she didn't watch wrestling when she was in middle school?
Huh?
I said she didn't watch wrestling. I feel like everybody,
but not like watch it. Why? So, all right. When people say watch, I mean, oh, you came home and your dad was watching it, so you sat down and watched the rest of the half an hour of the show. That's not watching it. We watch wrestling. We watch every.
I used to be obsessed with wrestling in middle school, grade school. Yeah, WWF.
Back when it was WWF, and no, we're not getting the F out of here, Tony.
Oh my God. And I was like, what do you mean there's no more WWF? It was a Wildlife Federation or something.
The World Wildlife Fund. I was like, don't nobody refer to y'all as that. I never even heard of this court case. Get out of here.
The WWF with the Hardy Boys.
But now True Blood was my show. Don't get me, listen, True Blood was my show. You know, that was an HBO show. But again, I never look at it like I canceled HBO, you know, and I got it back when Game of Thrones came on. I got it back when, you know,
you had a whole, you committed yourself to a station because of a show. That's what I'm saying. That's the power that they have. Because it's not just the show. It's like
you're looking at it differently from my lens. There's power with the show, not HBO. Because if HBO was the power, I would have kept HBO. Look at it now, right? Perfect example.
It's the medium. It's not the power, but HBO has good curating skills. Is essentially what I'm saying. Like they curate good content, great content.
Perfect example, right? Thank you, Josh. Allegedly, I got the HBO Max. I got access to it. I don't watch it at all.
My mom has access to
at all.
Donor.
I don't think we watch anything. No, my wife watched Tom and Jerry, so we had it for months and we didn't watch nothing. But she did watch Tom and Jerry.
That's a shameless plug. Anybody out there want to give access to my mom for HBO Max, just let me know. You can contact me at.
Why don't we give it to her? I don't.
Listen. She will get it.
Okay. Oh man. Yeah, this is great. This is great entertainment, guys. This is great.
It is.
Well, for real. And then they had the Starbucks cup. in the scene.
Again,
like,
that to me, that
water bottle.
That wasn't a big deal to me. I didn't even notice.
I did. I saw that Starbucks symbol. You know, I could see that. I could spot that up.
You did not see it when you first watched the show.
You talking about in Game of Thrones?
I did. Yeah. I saw it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. I heard it. Everybody made a big deal about it.
Here on the table. It was right there. I mean, it was a brown table, but like you could see it. I think that was on purpose. That was intentional. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, product placement in Westeros.
It was the last. It was the last season. The last couple episodes. I'm pretty sure Starbucks had their little guerrilla marketing going on because it's Starbucks. They have millions. Oh, Mr. Urban World in the building.
You got to get it together, Mr. Urban World, man. You got to change your schedule, man.
You got one job, bro. That's crazy. But I think you're just not a historical HBO guy, so it's like different for you. I think a lot of people who
historical HBO. Oh man, I'm done. Yeah.
What I mean is that you weren't.
HBO came up. The little lights.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, like people who got HBO back when, let's say, Oz came out, like which was a popular show. They just kept HBO. You didn't have it and keep it. Like they just said HBO.
Back when Oz came out, it was the whole big gay thing. So it was like a big deal. Bro, you watch Oz, like that
I know, but Oz ratings were through the roof, and so was Sopranos.
I was a kid.
Hear me out. Listen to me. You just said Oz, Sopranos, right? You know what did I say I watch?
I know.
What's different between two? Like if you give me some superpowers and some crazy stuff, I'll be more likely to watch it. That's why I was interested in Lovecraft, because Chloe Ben said it reminds you of True Blood. I even said Sandy, I said, but right now we do have a lot of shows. I'm probably the most limited on time. Like, so for me to start something up, I never even seen a trailer for Lovecraft yet. I don't even know what. I just know Chloe rep it hard. Am I watching it? It's because Chloe mentioned it. Yeah. But I ain't seen the trailer yet. So
we need to hear.
Well, ironically, Chloe's mother recommended us the show, so clearly she was getting access from somewhere.
Where is mom's getting this access from? That's
listen.
Ooh, HBO Spawn.
Yeah,
that was listen. First of all, Spawn is one of my favorite comic book characters. I own that whole. I got the whole collection of that series he's talking about.
Wait a second. Can I address Mr. Urban World's previous comment? Can you bring that back up, Josh? So you have a business that has jewelry. Tell me more.
You might have to get Chloe to review your jewelry.
Seriously, because you already know. I'm in the I'm looking for
Titans and the Boys. I do see similarities with Titans and the Boys.
Did he just start watching the Boys, Mr. Urban World? I think he started watching it recently.
Yeah, he just started watching both of them.
Titans is like the Boys. I liked the Boys' first season. We didn't finish the second season. I don't think we finished the second one of the Boys.
Well, you finished it. I fell asleep.
I didn't finish it.
What? You did like 6 seasons of The Boys, Josh?
He didn't see the second one. We gotta watch it.
I fell asleep.
I didn't. I fell asleep too, but because I didn't finish it. But the Titans.
And I know how it ends because I woke up and but I was like, The first one was great, but the second one it left a lot to be desired. I'll say that.
I don't know that last episode. Woo!
Yeah, it's crazy.
I didn't see it.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
And Titans, we didn't finish. We didn't finish Titans either.
Yeah, we're still on the first season.
Wait, there's more seasons?
Yeah,
there's 3, right? I think it's 2 or 3.
Wait, there's 3 seasons.
Yeah. It's been out for a while actually, because it was on a DC streaming service first.
Since 2018, that's when it started.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's why I like joining shows when they're like 4 seasons deep, because people already know if it's good or not. Because the worst
part, maybe not that deep, because I hate when I join a show so late and then it's over the next season. I'm like, damn, I started watching this show.
Right?
Really?
Yeah.
I think what Chloe's saying is like when it's a bunch of seasons.
Yeah,
so
like
you can jump right into the next season.
I mean, I guess the good part, as we talked about before in Mental Theater, contrary to Netflix, who just has all their content, just uploaded, you can binge watch things. But you can also binge watch it and catch up, but then it's also weekly, which is their advantage as well. And HBO, I think, kind of cornered the market in terms of that format.
I don't like waiting a whole week though. I'm sorry.
They did.
I don't like it. I like if they I don't know, like WandaVision, wasn't it like 4 episodes or 3 episodes in a row initially, and then 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just had to catch up on 3.
Oh, we had to catch up. So I like it when it's at least 3 episodes because then I can get hooked on it.
The Boys was 3.
I didn't like when The Boys did that because because we was like, you know, you're gonna watch it, and then you watch them all, and then it's like, oh man, next you know the show's over. Like for instance, perfect example. I was so big, you know how much I was repping the Cobra Kai, and I said, man, I gotta watch it slow. When it came out, I watched every episode in one day. And I was like, dang. I waited all that time for the show to come back on and watched it all in one day, and I was like, okay, well, that's
what now? I gotta wait 30 years.
That's what I don't like because when it's all there, you get hooked, like you said, Tony, and then you like before you know it, you're watching it all. Like I try to spread it out. I was watching Firefly Lane, which is a great show on Netflix.
Oh, Firefly Lane. What is that about?
It's about these 2 girls, and it shows their story. Well, it starts off as adults, but it goes their friends since childhood, but it intertwines each different parts of their lives. So it shows them as teenagers, as in college, and then as adults, and how different things. You know, it's good. You would like it, Chloe.
You like Crash?
Crash? It's a show. It's on a movie.
And for a second, I thought you meant like Firefly, the show. I was like, oh,
no, Firefly Lane. But anyway, I found myself watching that till 5 a.m. because I kept binging. I didn't want to stop, right? And I had to get up for work the next day. It was all crazy. But here's what sucks for me. Like Tony said, you watch the show, you binge it, it's over. Now you got a whole nother year before the next season comes out and stuff like that.
That's true.
But I think that's the best part. That's what creates the desire for you to continue to watch it. That's what creates the desire and the necessity to keep something like HBO Max. It's part of the business model. That's the bingeability, because as you guys said, Warner's, and to be fair, Warner's doesn't always do a great job marketing their content, especially things that are grossly underestimated. However, they use the social aspect of once things get popular, then everyone's going to flood there and just binge it. So that plays into their business model. That's the way I look at it.
Do you think they just figure they'll save money on advertisement? Do you think that's part of it?
Maybe.
Which one? Netflix or Warner's?
Warner's, because we've never really seen too much from them in the past couple 5 years until like HBO Max. Then they've been going gun ho with all the marketing material.
Yeah, but I think they're just marketing HBO Max itself as a whole, and not
because of subscriptions.
The individual shows.
I agree. Because I do think HBO is kind of like once you're in the family, you just kind of stay. So I don't think they market as well but now they want new subscribers because HBO Max. Before that, I didn't think because think about it. To be honest with you, before subscriptions, everybody was getting because it was part of their cable package or whatever like that. You know, you were like, you went to the cable company, they say, HBO for extra $5, $10. Right. Everybody was adding HBO, especially if it came with like HBO, Cinemax Stars, $10 a month. So it was all getting added regardless. So HBO didn't have to market because people were getting it, they didn't even want it or whatever like that.
Yeah.
And now people was into having cable.
Right. What's that, Tony? You said?
Oh, go ahead, Tony.
No, I said cable companies was tricking you into having it. You were having it. I didn't sign up for that. They were just throwing it in there and you were being paying for it. Yeah.
But I'm saying like now, like you were saying, Mike, to build off, like people don't buy cable anymore. Like the only people I know that have cable is like my mom's age.
Those demographics, absolutely. Yeah. And then now you have the partnership with the CW network with Warner's and CBS. So now on HBO Max, you have shows like The Big Bang Theory, which is a huge success.
And like, Friends, I think, right? Isn't HBO Max?
And the Boondocks. I've been watching the Boondocks from the beginning. It's that show is amazing.
Wait, the first 3 seasons, yes. After that,
you talking about the little kid? The cartoon?
Yes. Yo, I hate anime.
Adult Swim.
I hate anime. I don't like it. I don't know. Some people might be against me, but I just don't like the way it looks. But the Boondocks is anime, technically.
I don't consider Boondocks anime though.
It's definitely anime. It's the same.
No, it's an animated. It's a show.
Hold on. You guys are both correct. It's not traditional anime. However, the illustrations, the type of artwork is an anime style.
Yes.
Illustration.
That's the only thing I don't like about anime is how it's illustrated.
That's the best part, though.
I don't like it. I don't like it's too much. But the Boondocks, I couldn't deal with it. I like cartoons that look like Foster's House for Imaginary Friends or like
those trash looking.
Never seen that. It's on Cartoon Network. Or like Gumball, The Adventures of Gumball. That's my new favorite cartoon. Y'all watch The Adventures of Gumball. It's so
showing her age.
Right. I've never heard of this stuff.
What? Y'all got kids and grandkids. Like, watch TV with them for like 30
Wait, there's a show about a gumball? Is that what you're telling me?
Adventures of Gumball. It's
That's
like
crazy.
a little cat or something. It's good. It's a lot of grown-up references in there.
She wants content that looks like this.
Yes, I like cartoons. When I watch cartoons, I like stuff that looks like that, or I like stuff that looks like Futurama, or what's the one with
The Simpsons is Futurama. That's the Simpsons creators.
But the Simpsons is or what's the one?
Family Guy,
Morty and Rick and Morty.
Okay.
You like the little big head characters?
Oh, you like
body.
Okay, yeah.
I like stuff that looks like that. So anime does not look like that, but the boom
anime looks pretty awesome, and you like stuff that looks terrible.
That's a personal opinion, Tony.
It's subjective. You're right.
And personally, I think you are accurate, Tony.
And that's okay. I stand alone in my.
I kind of like how Family Guy looks, though. I'm not gonna lie. So
yeah, Family Guy. I like cartoons that look rounded and like clean. Anime is just too much.
Yeah, it looks like real people.
It's a cartoon. No, real people look like the Lion King. What's that, CGI?
There would be no, let's say, like CGI or things like Jimmy Neutron without anime.
See, I like Neutron.
Anime took cartoons from here to here.
Next
to be honest with you, it's like the Japanese culture. The way they start drawing stuff was like uber realistic, but in a cartoon format, which became an anime. So like look at something like Us. All right, so realistic kind of looking was like G.I. Joe, Transformers. It was more a realistic look.
I don't like cartoons like that. It's hilarious. They have a lot of innuendos.
Yo, E still got cable. Okay, E. Hopefully it's for live sports.
or for your kids or something. This network, but just bait. Like I have no cable channels. I just have like the basic. I got the lowest package they have.
I don't have it. I have cable for many years now, or whatever. So I'm okay with that.
That cable is expensive.
I don't need it. Like I wanted to cancel it, but they got me into a 2-year contract when I got a new DVR.
Started learning. That makes sense.
Konnichiwa.
Okay, Hello Kitty. Isn't that Japanese? I like Hello Kitty. That's it. I don't like anime.
Let me ask you guys this. Does any of you guys
Nate Dizzle in the building? What up, Nate?
Oh man.
Hey Nate.
And yeah, Doug was fantastic. Daria.
Yeah.
But Doug and Pork Chop and Douglas Yancey funny.
Skeeter.
Patty Mayo.
Oh, Skeeter. Skeeter.
He was the only black. He was the first black person.
Any of you guys watch? I'm just switching it a little bit. Because this is one show that's kind of stopping me from watching some other shows because I'm still currently watching it. Any of you guys watch American Horror Story ever?
Yes. That first season was crazy. The second, my favorite was The Coven.
Okay, I see that. I can still see that.
Yes, and it reminded me kind of like Lovecraft, but it takes place in New Orleans, and it's about The Coven was good. It got a little weird to me though. But I like how they reuse the same actors for different roles.
Yeah, so the reason why I wanted to watch it was I was like, that's like, for me, I never heard of a show doing that. I was like, wow, so each season they could take the same actors and make a new season that's brand new, but use the same actors as a different character. I was like, what? So I had to see it for myself. So we just recently started watching it this year, and we're like flying through it. We're on the last season now. But
I started watching after the circus one.
Okay, got you.
Then there was like the Insane Asylum. That one was weird.
Yeah, the Asylum. Yeah, and then
like aliens and.
That's funny. For me, the worst was Hotel with Lady Gaga, but a lot of people like that one.
It was weird. I didn't like that one.
There was too much going on, too many characters, this and that. I feel like what do they have, like 80 producers on that show? And this week you'll get an episode, and you'll get an episode. Oh, you know what? Oh, you want one too? We're gonna let you get an episode. You watching that like? Can I get some continuity somewhere?
I think you guys would like it though, because each season, okay, like how you were saying with Lovecraft. So Lovecraft is just like one season,
a one-off, yeah,
a one-off, and then there's a completely different storyline with the same character.
Same characters though. You're saying
it's the same actors.
Okay, it's supposed to be like how WandaVision isn't that supposed to be a one-off as well?
Well, that's really one off. That's over. Like that was the series finale and whatnot. But I thought you were thinking about kind of like what's the one cops on HBO? True Detective and whatnot. Where each season it's the same show title, but it's a different story. But it's also different actors though. So that's even weirder. I feel like it's literally like 2 different cops every season and whatnot.
Yeah, I think that they did a really unique thing with.
Oh wait, isn't that HBO again?
It is True Detective as well.
I never seen True Detective.
I think you would like it. It's pretty good.
The Harvard show, American Horror Story, is dope because, like Tony said, it's the same character. So, the same actor. So one season the actor might be dead. Then the next season, completely different thing.
Thank you, Josh.
Don't be a hater because y'all ain't watch it.
No, listen. But think about it. It's like I don't know any other show that ever done that. So one season, if we're all actors, right? Josh played Josh. I'm me. Chloe's her.
I get it.
Mike is Mike. And then next season, Mike's playing Richard Guystone, and she's playing Jessica Hartburn, and everybody's a different character in a whole different show. But you're like, wait, last season I seen it's so interesting, man.
It is.
Pull it off. I won't say anything, but later on it gets.
It's all right, Tony. I'm with you. Solidarity.
Did you even finish it, Chloé? Seasons?
Huh?
Did you finish watching it, or you only watching one season?
No, she said she didn't.
It's very disturbing. It's a disturbing show.
It's not for everybody. Sometimes I'm watching, like I said, like, why are we watching it? Like it's super disturbing. Picture just watching Saw for like many seasons.
Yeah,
it's murder, blood, guts, killing, murder, killing, blood.
Ghost aliens.
Thank you, Stadia Programmer. It was a good show.
Let's just say the only things I'm watching on FX are Archer, obviously, and
Nip Tuck.
The Americans.
You only watch Nip Tuck?
Nope.
I watched a little bit of Nip Tuck, not a lot.
I watched a couple episodes of that.
Nip Tuck was my show.
I watched Breaking Bad on FX, of course, and stuff, and It's Always Sunny.
Not on AMC. I thought that was on AMC.
Nah, I don't think so. I think it was FX.
It was FX, yeah.
Breaking Bad. I swore it was AMC with.
AMC was what's the one? The old show about the old
Boardwalk Empire. No, that's HBO.
No, hold on. Josh, I think Josh got a point because on AMC is dude character. What's his name? Better Call Saul is on AMC. So you sure? Because Better Call Saul, they showed a trailer for it when I watched Walking Dead. Like when I was watching Walking Dead. So I don't know.
I don't know.
Breaking Bad came on FX and Better Call Saul came on that. That would be kind of weird.
Okay, Breaking Bad was on AMC.
My man Josh.
Interesting.
Only because I watched Mad Men. Well, I was
thinking about Mad Men, the old marketers. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah, Mad Men.
The only other show that I knew was on AMC was Breaking Bad and what was it? Was it Better Call Saul, something like that?
Wasn't The Walking Dead on AMC too?
Oh, that as well. So those are their main, premiere shows.
Yo, Godzilla and King Kong, Josh. Okay, you guys, I found the movie theater.
I was hoping this.
What do you mean you found one? It's not one. It's AMC and Princeton is open. Right?
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like a nice one that I'm willing to go to.
That's hilarious.
Don't forget she's bad and bougie, everyone. So
wow,
it has to meet the requirements. So
what's called? Are we talking about Godzilla and King Kong? Because I was hoping this was on the table.
Yeah. So
we're talking about the theater now. I want to hear this.
The name of the theater, Chloe.
The theater is called iPick, and it's in Fort Lee. Have you guys heard of it?
No.
Josh, can you please bring up a rendering of this eloquent and dope theater? So the only reason
it's a new theater.
I think it's been out for. I want to say it's been out for a while, but it's dope.
I don't even know where Fort Lee is.
I only know about it.
Is it like the Cine Bistro?
I don't know what that is. So this is what it looks like, and my niece is having her birthday party there next Saturday. So I will be going here firsthand to let you guys know how it is.
Is this in your neck of the woods, Chloe? Like up there?
No, this is up in Fort Lee. This is like beyond my neck of the woods.
Fort Lee.
Yeah. So my brother he's my cousin. I call my brother. He's renting out the theater for his daughter's 13th birthday. So it comes with like a full course meal, and like he called me yesterday to get my order. But like, look how dope this is.
Yeah, it's like a Cine Bistro. So when I went to Florida, I went to the Dolphin Mall, and they have what's called a Cine Bistro. So the people come out, they bring you food. Like you order real meals. I seen Spider-Man. I think the Jamie Foxx Spider-Man. But yeah, they come out to you. They bring you a meal. You order. They come out real quietly as the movie's going on and ask you, do you need anything else? And you can still order again.
Don't they Chloe, don't they got one of those in Menlo Park where they bring your food
That's
to?
AMC.
Yeah, I went to that one to watch
AMC is lit.
Star Trek Into Darkness. And they have well, for those who drink, I know you gentlemen do not, but for those who do drink, they do have a fully stocked bar.
Yeah, so that Menlo Park is like 15 minutes from where I grew up, but that's where I used to go. But that's the dine-in theater. And to be honest, like when it first opened, it was good, and then it's like it's dingy in there. I don't like it.
Yeah, I saw the movie Dope in there actually.
I don't like it, but it does have a full bar.
It's like in the mall, right? It's like it's weird. I don't know.
It's in the mall. Yeah, Menlo Park Mall is lit. I go. Yeah. That's the mall. That's the movie theater I used to have my parents drop me off. Like,
it's always crowded there. I know that.
So I used to go there because when arcades kind of was getting a little scarce, Menlo Park Mall arcade was like people would still go there. So I would go with my boy. Yeah.
So there was an arcade right across the. It's like the movie theater's on the left or the right, and then the arcade directly next to it or across from it. So we used to go buy our tickets and then walk around the mall. This is like middle school, and then go to the arcade and chill until the movie started. But then they transformed it into a dine-in theater.
It's like $25 a ticket or something like that, I think, right? Or
it's like, worth it. I mean, well, the tickets. I mean, but that's how much the tickets cost, isn't it?
No, 12 to 15.
We went to a really cool one in North Carolina when we went 2 years ago when we did our trip to it's in one of the videos. It was really cool. Like when you went in there, it was like everything looked back in the day. Like they had not DVDs, they had VHS tapes and everything. You could take a VHS tape out and put it in this like big screen and watch it while you're in the lobby. It was really cool. Like they had food, everything. It was in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh, Raleigh, okay.
Yeah, and you could like order and all that stuff too. I've been to a couple of those things. They're cool, but I'm just into going to see the movie. At the end of the day, like it's cool that you could order food and all that, and you got like I've been to some where you could order like gourmet stuff, but listen, just give me my movie. Give me my Presto bites and my soda, man, and some popcorn, and I'm good.
I need a drink. I need a burger and some fries. And some fries and some dessert if I want it. Like I want to be chilling. Exactly like how this for me would compete with having it at home. Because at home we have our drinks, we have our dinner, but I know.
I guess I don't know. I'm with the gentleman here because I would much rather prefer the regular movie going experience because the regular snacks are already intrusive. People have candy, people have popcorn.
Yeah, I agree.
With their mouths open like cows, and I'm just like adding more food. And then what I didn't like about the AMC at Menlo Park with the dine-in, I think is what it's called. So I went to go see Star Trek Into Darkness, wonderful film by J.J. Abrams. And then you have essentially it's just like a restaurant. So you have waiters coming in and serving you. I don't want to talk to you. If it can have it where it can just be on a tablet or something, that we set it up before the movie starts. So at this time you're going to bring me this. At this time you're going to bring me that. You're not going to say a word, right? But it's like a restaurant, so it's like an actual dialogue. I'm not going to the movies for that.
Wait, they also in the movie because in mine they didn't.
Well, yeah, what are they doing? Well, if you need something, they come to you, whether it's salt or whatever it is.
Also, let's look at a whole nother thing, Josh. You might agree with me on this. Plus, I don't want the burger where I'm all messy, and when like you eating food and you into the food.
Exactly.
The movie,
I'm in the movie. The food is.
I don't want to wash my hands.
Listen, the only thing that freaks me out about eating in the movie theater is it's pitch black, so I can't see my food. I like to look at my food when I'm eating it just in case. So that's the only thing that yucks me out about it.
I feel like it wasn't pitch black, which was my issue.
Yeah, it wasn't pitch black because the movie has that light.
Okay, so the theater that I picked that I'm going to, you see how the seats are like separated, so the sound I think comes from the outside of it,
and that looks okay. I get it, but I feel like that in those dine-in theaters, which are like a dope one-off experience, the way they structure the theater, it takes away from the theater experience. Like it's not like it's not like the stadium seating like AMC. Right. It just looks different.
It depends on which one you go to, right? So the Menlo Park Mall one, depending on the theater itself. So some of the theaters, children aren't allowed in. So depending on what movie you saw, you might have been in the theater that's like overly packed, where you might run into issues like Josh experienced. But then they had like smaller suites for like rated R movies, where it's very intimate and very like it's not as intrusive. So depending on what movie you saw, like I had both experiences. I'm sure. I will report back next weekend how. Well, no, next weekend I'll actually be at the movies while you guys are recording. Unless we do it earlier.
You can jump on our show on Sunday in the chat and let us know.
Yeah, unless we do mental theater earlier, because I think I have to be there by 2, and it's up in Fort Lee, so I have a drive.
What is by Fort Lee? Like, what else is by Fort Lee?
Everything is right near the city, so
it's actually it's above the city. It's on par with the Bronx.
There's also is it at Fort Lee? Oh, there's a spa up there. Sojo Spa.
Also, one thing I would say is that the menus are limited. Like Menlo Park's menu is like very limited as far as food they can get.
So Menlo Park is like middle class America. The iPick is supposed to be like exclusive.
Yeah, because not for nothing. When I've been to the one in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I've been to the one in Miami, the Dolphin Mall in Miami. Bro, you go order just about anything on there. Like it's pretty serious. So it's levels to this.
Yeah, it's levels. I ordered calamari for mine.
The one she went to looks pretty nice, like a table in between you. A lot of them is just like a side table you get, right?
Mike, that's because you went to the wrong movie. Because if
I went the one in Philly too. It's a side table next to you.
It depends, because the ones I went to, it was like 2 seats and then the tray.
It was like still like regular like roll.
Hey Mike, man,
and it was one next to you.
I'm not knocking areas, but you said Philly, man. Come on.
What you mean? That's the home of Budokan. What you mean, Tony?
and guess what? And which Budokan I went to forever.
But my point is that like I don't know. I'm with you, Tony. It's like am I gonna eat a whole pasta meal while watching a movie?
Right, exactly.
Yes. Why not? It's a 3-hour movie. If you yeah.
Listen. I think we're seeing demographics in real time, which is excellent, because there's certain people who actually want to go and see the film, and there's certain people who want the experience of the film, which we completely understand. But the only reason why I'm coming to this destination and sitting down for hours is to watch the film, not the experience.
Yep.
It's the film. Both. The film is the experience.
I like aesthetics and the experience. So
like I like the aesthetics part. I like the fact that it looks dope, but I think Josh made a great point. If I need anything, a napkin, this guy got to come and bother me during the movie. Or
but that's why you ask for everything when you order your food.
Do you do that at the restaurant?
What I'm saying is, a restaurant, I know I'm not going to be watching a movie, but if you're going to see a movie, you know you're going to see a movie. So you
and here's the thing, though.
I need 2 drinks. This is what I do when I go. Let me get 2 margaritas.
Right.
Okay. At the same time, let me get extra napkins, extra silverware. Make sure you put the barbecue sauce on there. So I don't have to call you. For dessert, I'm gonna have X, Y, and Z. So just
So my thing is this: I only drink after I'm done eating. So that waiter's coming back, and I learned from a long time ago: do not order your drink ahead of time, because you know what? It's gonna be watered down. So they still gotta come back to me.
No ice, Tony. No ice. No ice. Look, light ice, please. So when it melts, it's still cold, and you don't get a lot of water.
Watered down.
I'll say it like this, because the human brain is a very unique place. It's something that is easily distracted. So regardless of any of the modifiers that you're saying, you're still going to be distracted from the film, and you're going to be like, oh wait, what just happened? And that's a no with me. You ain't gonna be doing
that.
Don't
you get distracted when you eat your bonbons and your Raisinets and your
Of course not. You know why? Because they're intrusive food that you can eat while looking at something else. It doesn't matter if you drop it. If you're eating pasta and burgers and all that, you actually have to pay attention to it so it doesn't get on your clothes.
I don't know, but I'm an expert eater. I can eat driving.
Hilarious.
I'll eat in the plane. I'll eat on the train.
This is also someone who routinely has crumbs on her clothes.
The crumbs matter too, okay?
But you're gonna have more than crumbs.
Crumbs stay there until it's done. Until I'm finished. When I'm finished, then I go. But you know, it's kind of hard not to get crumbs on myself, even if I was paying attention. So you know, it just comes with the territory.
Mr. Herbert said it's called fountain drinks for a reason. When do you ever get a drink and not get ice? Who's getting a drink and not adding ice?
Let me tell you a Starbucks hack. When you go to Starbucks, make sure you put light ice because they will fill up your cup to the brim with ice and you get about 20 cents worth of juice.
Yeah, like McDonald's. That's a strategy to
Light
save
ice.
on product.
Yeah. Oh, God, that's hilarious.
Okay.
I'll just say to you, Chloe, like for a one-off or just a nice experience, I wouldn't mind going it, but not for my regular viewing. Nah, I'm good with that.
Fellas, take your ladies to
definitely
a movie.
Right. If you don't care about the movie, yes.
Yeah, we've been a bunch of them.
She won't bother you the whole movie because she'll be eating. So if you really like the movie, take her to the movie.
No, because it'll create a scenario in which that it's okay to discourse and talk.
No, you don't talk when your mouth is full because you're chewing.
Yet people go to dinner for dates throughout time.
All right, y'all have to listen. I am just a woman who likes food.
No, I would definitely take my woman. I would definitely do it. But I'm saying for my regular viewing, though, I wouldn't.
I'm saying if it's a movie that you like say we were going to see Harry Potter, you're better off taking me to a Harry Potter movie with actual food because I'm going to shut up.
Well, this is why dinner in a movie is a thing. This is why this idea works. So I like the idea of having dinner first. So then you can just focus on the movie after. So again, if they brought the food during the previews, like the whole course and everything was during the previews, I think I would love that.
That too, Chloe. That too.
Bad experience because the time I've been several. That's the only movie theaters I go to is the dine-in. But the times I've gone, they bring you got to show up early. You order all your stuff. Everything is out by the time.
You got to do like a whole a checklist before you can watch your movie with this. You got to show up early.
I've never.
20.
Well, nothing. When I went to the one in Raleigh, it was cool because you ordered everything ahead of time. So before and they gave you a time. You had to put your order in so much time.
That's
before
dope.
the movie started.
I agree. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
The Ranky Dink one.
Chloe,
you went to the Ricky Dick all the time. You grew up going there. What are you talking about?
I know which movies to see when I have a pleasant experience. That's why I go back. You talk about
Chloe, you know what you need? You need like so I don't know if they still do this now. You guys went to Jamaica recently, but when I went to Jamaica in 2009, they in their movie theater they still had what's it called again? Intermissions. Like literally the movie stopped in the middle of the movie so everybody could take a break. I was like, is this real?
Yeah, like a musical.
Chloe needs like, all right, movie been on for 40 minutes. I'm ready to eat. Intermission, stop the movie.
I like to eat while I'm watching the movie. I feel like the content is better. Like every time we eat dinner, and it's not healthy for you, but we do it. But we watch Big Bang Theory and it keeps me interested. The only thing
I don't have a problem with the eating. I think I'm more about what Josh said. Like if he comes and interrupts me during the actual theater, or my neighbor, even I'm still distracted. It ain't got to be me or whatever like that. You know,
because there are other people in the theater.
Yeah,
correct. No, or not. So I'm like, who is this guy? Go away, stuff like that. Especially if they're trying to tell them their order. Like, no, let me get extra cheese. I'm like, shut up. I'm trying to watch this movie.
No, the worst part is if they mess up your order or they missing stuff. So I've had that happen to me.
But typically typically whenever they have those things, you're spaced out from people. Like even in the pictures you showed, like everything I went to, you had a good little bit of distance between. It's not the regular theater where you're so close. So that's kind of
true. Yeah, that's true.
So I'll let you guys. I will report back next week.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll let you guys know.
We will be waiting.
Yeah.
It should be lit. I mean, the only thing is we're not watching.
Well, they also rent out the whole theater, so that's a different experience. But I think that might be doper.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this is gonna be me and a whole bunch of little 13-year-olds.
Oh, that might not be good then.
With food too, 13-year-olds.
Ooh, yo. So my brother called me and he was like, "What do you want?" And they went through the menu. It was like Parmesan. It was like truffle fries, calamari, Caesar salad. It was a whole bunch of nice stuff. I ordered the calamari and I got the Goddess turkey burger. So about to be lit.
So what happens if you get like stale fries or something?
You
like
send
that?
it back. It's a whole kitchen in there.
But yeah, see that.
What do you mean stale fries? Like if you can eat popcorn out of a machine that they don't clean.
But again, you're not going to the movies for food.
Like, extra butter. Let me get some salt.
The only time
go in the oven. I mean, not even an oven, in the microwave. Like
listen, Chloe, the only time I'm 100% cool, all right, with eating and watching a movie is at the drive-in. That's the only time I'm like, you know, I go to drive-in maybe 2 or 3 times a year. It is what it is. You're sitting in your car. You got your food. Like that's the only time it's acceptable for me. But that again, like Josh said, it's not a every time situation. It's just a specialty event.
Listen,
right, a one-off situation.
And when I went to the drive-in, y'all should have went. Y'all were invited. Y'all didn't come. No shade, but I made lobster rolls when we went to the drive-in.
Oh, y'all want to see Shazam, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I saw it already a couple times.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, y'all. Yeah, it was our first time seeing it, but I made lobster rolls.
Shazam!
We had a whole picnic basket.
We're waiting for us to talk about Godzilla. Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, so this whole tangent was because of Godzilla, but yeah, Godzilla and
so Josh, Josh, you're not going with her there?
Absolutely not.
So when you watch HBO Max at home then, I guess.
I will.
Okay, got it.
Exactly. So well, you know, I'm definitely, like you guys said, I'm open to it for, you know, a once every blue moon occasion for a movie I really don't care about. You know, I'm not going to watch Avengers or anything like that. But you must be crazy.
Oh hell no!
Godzilla there because that's the next movie that's coming out.
Nah, I'm going to see Godzilla versus King Kong. I'm not going to get some truffle fries. You
Y'all corny.
No, aren't you like on a health kick right now, Chloe? Anyway,
I'm getting a turkey burger.
Excuse
baby.
Burger and calamari.
A goddess turkey
burger.
You said they had a salad. I ain't hit a salad on your list. Did you order?
No, I ordered calamari. The salad was for appetizer. No, I ordered calamari because I want calamari.
You know, 2 margaritas with that as well.
Listen, Yola, I have to drive. It's all the way up in Fort Lee. That's the problem. It's damn far. If it wasn't that far, if I Uber, actually, I might hop in the limo with them, man. Then I could drink. Because he get in a limo, so maybe I will get going. I was like, do I want to be in a limo with all these little kids? But if I could get my martini or my margarita, yes, maybe I will.
Speaking of this, can we have some Henny margaritas after this?
Listen, yes, of course. The Henny's here and the margaritas here. Let's go.
Mr. Urban World, been there,
we
done
did that. Been there, done that.
Multiple times.
You feel me?
First of all, calm down, Chloe.
I was vegan for 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Some cap Chloe.
I did 14 days vegan.
What happened? Why you stopped?
Pesca vegan.
No, I was vegan for 14 days, and I was like, "Oh, I want to eat shrimp." And Josh like, "It's okay, you can eat shrimp." And I was like, "All right, I'm gonna eat shrimp." And then I was a pesca. Then I was a pesca vegan for a month.
Shrimp or sea roaches, FYI.
Oh well, they taste good. Them sea roaches are.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of shrimp.
It is what it is. What it is.
Shrimp is like a big thing for me. So, but I mainly like fried shrimp, stuff like that. But coconut shrimp.
Like all shrimp. I'm like Bubba Gump.
Fried shrimp, saute shrimp. That's awesome. That is the perfect mental theater metaphor.
Seriously, Mr. Urban World, don't come at us unless you're gonna send some recipes.
He always got something to say.
Yeesh.
I ain't even gonna try it, so I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So I'm not.
And we had some banging lobster, courtesy of Miss Annette. Thank you, Miss Annette. And the lobster was from.
She got it from
Seattle.
So she overnighted it, and it cost like $300 or something.
It was good, and she sent some nice white wine with it. And we're gonna get some from. She's getting it from where? Boston,
Maine next.
Maine. So it's gonna be good.
Oh, Chloe, you had an idea for a mental theater field trip.
You guys, okay. So for Josh's birthday, I surprised him, and I was a little overzealous, so I like planned 3 events in one day. So we had to move one of the events, and it kept getting rescheduled. His birthday's February 9th, and it got rescheduled to like March 12th or something. But anyway, we went to this escape room. Have you guys ever done escape room?
No.
Yeah, my wife took me for my birthday a couple years ago.
It's lit. So basically,
on video, guys, check it out.
Oh, it's on video. So we went, and I booked it for Harry Potter because he loves Harry Potter. And we didn't win, unfortunately, because
you're a muggle.
First of all, I won escape rooms in the past. Are we on this?
They said they were going to be on. Let's check their Facebook.
Oh, yeah. So we lost. But it's really good. it's actually one of the more difficult ones because I've won obviously escape rooms a lot of times, but
now it's a lot of times. Wow.
Seriously,
allegedly.
I've only lost 2 times, and I'm going like 10 times, and the other time I lost is because my dad kept being, extra, talking about other stuff. I'm like, focus. I'm very competitive when it comes to escape rooms. But anyway, we need to go. And she said that for 2 people doing it, we got pretty far, but that room was for like 4 to 6 people.
Let's do it. Yeah, man.
Yes. So coming this season, they're having. Do you have the drum roll?
No.
Baby drum roll. They're having Star Trek.
Oh,
but more appetizing to our demographic here, they will be having a Game of Thrones.
Oh, even better. Yeah, I'm in on that one. Sure.
So we can do both of them if you guys want, and you can bring your girl, your booze.
Yeah, definitely.
And we can win with 8 people. 6 weeks, 7 weeks. 6
That's
people.
6. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to go to adult laser tag. That'd be cool.
Yo, first of all, I'm gonna go to laser tag, so I don't want to hear nothing when my name's on the top of the scoreboard.
You're just the best at everything. Escape rooms, laser tag.
Oh, not everything. Just escape rooms and laser tag. Those 2 things I excel in, and couponing. I don't know about y'all, but when it comes to laser tag, I'm the GOAT. I don't do paintball because I've seen too many injuries.
What about the axe throwing? We're doing that on May 1st.
Really? I did that
I never did it before.
Yeah. I thought you didn't like it though, Tony. You said whatever.
It was decent. I mean, it was like it's a one-off. It's not. Again, I'm one of these people where certain stuff like that was fun to do, but I'll do it like a year later. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
who are you doing that with?
Frank and Nikki.
Yeah, from the show.
That's always on the show. Yeah, we're doing it with them.
I'll be down to go. Say they want to invite stuff like that. So
yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, we got like a Groupon for like so many people or whatever.
Gotcha.
How many people in there? Because
actually originally we were supposed to go, but we had got COVID, so then we couldn't go.
You got COVID? See?
Yeah. She's not gonna work.
Okay. Yep, knock on wood. Y'all know. Listen, it's recorded how skeptical I was about going outside.
What? Right. You were at the mall at the beginning. We talking about?
I was not at the mall again. I was quarantined for 6 months in the house.
6 months? Some cap clothes once again.
Josh, can you please chime in here? From March, April, May, June, July, 5 months. I did not leave the house. I went to the grocery store.
I believe there is a mental theater from like before that where you said you went to the mall or something.
Nope, because I was at my sister's house and she didn't allow anybody to do anything.
Okay, all right.
So I was quarantined, so I snuck out her house.
Allegedly. I will find this mental theater show, Chloé.
Find it, please do.
I will.
But I didn't get to the mall until like August.
Axel and I'll be down with. As far as Budokan, Josh, I already had a reservation for 4. They wouldn't let me add more people because it's COVID, and it's for today and whatnot. So we're gonna try to go.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going today at 6:15. So
you going with Tony?
Yeah.
Nice. BigMike, Little Ant, return to Budokan.
Yeah.
Talking. Wait. Which one? We going to AC Philly?
They closed AC.
They closed AC. Josh, it's done. Like no coming back. Yeah.
Wait, wasn't that your favorite one?
That was my favorite one. Yeah. That happened months ago. I remember my wife told me. I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, it's not coming back." So I looked up the article. I was like, "Whoa." Yeah, in the Continental, they had a couple restaurants upstairs on that floor. Budokan, the Continental, and whatever the first one was when you first walked into the right.
They have a Continental there. Wow. Well, now they also have. Well, they've always had a Budokan and a Continental in Philly. I guess that's where they're going to stay.
I love Philly. I think I'm.
Yeah. So when you said Sunday, Josh, you wanted to go. I'm like, well, it's too late. We were already going the following week, but I do want us all to go out sometime. Whatnot? I think it'll be dope.
Well, let's do the escape room.
Okay.
And
give me a date.
It's in Hamilton.
It's in Hamilton.
Hamilton, really?
Yeah, it's very close.
Just letting you guys know. When I did escape room, I feel like, man, I ain't smart enough for the escape room. I feel like I wasn't getting nothing. I sucked. So just let me know.
You have to play. So what I did and Josh did, well, I didn't guide him correctly because I had previous experience with escape rooms. But what you're supposed to do is everyone plays on their strengths, which we talked about after. But Like, I'm good at certain things. You're good at certain things. You just we have to know each other as a team.
Well, make a plan, a date, and let us know.
Talk about a team. What team are y'all on? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get to this.
Yeah, I'm on Team King Kong. What you mean?
King Kong. First of all, Godzilla's gonna win because he's a dinosaur.
He's more than a dinosaur. He's an alien with laser power.
Yeah, duh. How's a monkey gonna beat that?
First of all, it's a gorilla. Put some respect on Kong's name.
Listen. Just look at Godzilla as he's a dragon, right?
Yeah, he's an extra.
Upgrade him to a dinosaur.
And by the way, King Kong chipped a T-Rex already, ripped his jaw apart. So that's
why Godzilla ain't no dinosaur.
King Kong.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's not a dinosaur. Has
opposable thumbs, so I don't know.
You know what though? I think here's my theory. I think they're gonna do the old Batman v Superman, Freddy versus Jason, where technically they're not an actual winner.
Bro, Batman won. He beat Superman twice.
By the way, without any superpowers.
Batman v Superman. That doesn't make any sense.
Did Batman kill Superman?
No sense
in the world.
Unless he has special access to crypto. What is it?
He did. He had kryptonite.
You see? You figured it out. Thank you, Big Mike. Yeah. That's what?
Forget Batman for that. Because Superman is lit.
Well, he got his ass whooped that day by Batman. That's all I gotta say.
You can't always win.
And he was crying. He woke up the boxes. He was crying.
And then when he woke up, he was about to kill Batman.
I mean, yeah, later on, he wasn't ready for him then. But
exactly, he brought him back to life to get killed. Almost.
Yeah. By the way, so essentially, Batman. He didn't bring him into the world. He took him out the world and then he brought him back into the world. Batman owns Superman. I said it.
I mean, I had to watch that again, but I don't feel like Batman won one. You won. You killed Superman. He didn't kill Superman.
But you know what? Batman not going to win in the end because he's a human. So that means that
they don't want to hear that.
Only because Lois stopped him. He was about to kill him. He had him beat and whatnot. That's a win.
And all she said, his mom's name is Martha. Like, really? Come on.
You don't see that happen. And then Freddy versus Jason, I'm like, well, Jason won. He cut his head off. And people are like, no, he blinked his eye. So that's how I am with Superman. He ain't really killed Superman. Well, I guess Jason didn't really kill Freddy because, he was still alive. But King Kong and Godzilla, let's stay on topic, man.
Wait a second before you say that. Didn't Superman save himself because he's the one who activated the boxes in the first place when he died. So Batman couldn't even bring him back alive unless he activated the boxes to bring him back alive.
No, the boxes were only activated when he was dying to let other planets know that Earth was vulnerable.
No, I didn't know that. I thought I interpreted that differently. And Superman knew how to come back alive.
No, he didn't.
Again, who again devised the plan to reanimate Superman? Was it the person who killed him?
Batman did, but he could not reactivate him without the boxes.
Without the
Flash.
And the boxes.
He didn't
need the Flash. He did not need the Flash because if the computer was working, he could.
You're right.
No, they needed the power.
No, that was because
she's saying if the computer was working, you're right.
If the computer was working, all they needed was the boxes. The boxes was the life source. So Superman called out because remember he was like when he was dying, and he woke up the boxes.
But the boxes' purpose are like the ring. They're for evil.
But the boxes aren't for evil because they made Cyborg. He was made for the box.
Again, tell that the dark side.
Remember how they were saying it doesn't have a good or an evil?
Yeah, the box is just super powerful.
Again,
boxes just are energy. It's how you interpret the energy.
Again,
either way, Batman won. That's all I gotta say.
Won.
He won for then.
He did. What were you guys watching? Did you watch Batman vs. Superman?
They weren't watching Big Mike. That's all.
Listen.
All right, let me ask you a question. Who won in Freddy versus Jason?
I definitely ain't watched that.
I ain't watched that.
Listen, it didn't say kill. Kill doesn't mean win. If I beat you up and you're on the ground, I win. That doesn't mean.
All right, so let's get guys. So come on, man. Let's talk about this a little bit because we can go back after the movie and see what happens.
I'm gonna go with Kong myself personally, or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going with Kong.
Okay, does the Godzilla have fingers?
Yes.
Let me do some research on Godzilla.
Really, we're going to anatomy here.
Yeah,
with fingers.
Because he can hold stuff, he can throw
Thanks
it.
to your point, Tommy, they'll wind up teaming up in the end though, and Godzilla and Kong, stuff like that.
But to your point with Batman, who got beat, that's gonna be interesting. I wonder if they're gonna make if Kong is gonna actually like beat him and then they team up. So technically, you could say somebody like Jason beat Freddy, right?
It was clear Batman beat Superman, but go ahead. I got you.
So I wonder if in King Kong Godzilla will they be a clear person that beat somebody? Now, I'm a little old in the tooth, but back in the day, King Kong versus Godzilla, they both fell off a cliff and hit the water, and King Kong came up, and they never showed Godzilla again. So people said, "Well, King Kong won." But I'm like, what?
Godzilla comes from the water.
But that was King Kong won. So
He's reborn, like Superman.
So
I'm just gonna go with Godzilla because I'm a diehard Godzilla fan. But I will say this: I think that when you watch the trailer, they're making it like Godzilla is bad, right? And King Kong, they made him, he's so much more human. You know, I think they may make it like he's the darling of the movie, and maybe he might have the spotlight. But I'm just biasly going with Godzilla. I don't care. I'm biasly going with Godzilla. So I might have egg on my face, but we're riding with Godzilla might be able to say King Kong had his foot on his chest or something like that.
I do got to watch King of the Monsters. I haven't watched that one. So
okay. Yeah, here's my plan. So I bought my tickets a couple days ago. So originally I wanted to watch every movie in one day. And I do got to get on Mike's lack of knowledge of the movies. But
no. But go ahead.
So I said I'm gonna watch King Kong, first Godzilla, second Godzilla, then the King Kong Godzilla. Mike had to let me know that I'm doing it in the wrong order. I'm like, first of all, I'm a huge fan. You're probably not, but the continuity makes sense to watch it the way I said it.
You didn't say that at first. I thought you meant by when it came out and whatnot.
Why would I? If I'm building up to Godzilla versus King Kong, why would I just watch it the way it would? I'm a movie guy. It would make sense to watch it in order. Like you was like, just so you know, you're wrong about watching it. I'm like, wait, what? Like should know. Like, oh man, he's a Godzilla fan. He probably got to watch it in order. Why would? What?
I thought you meant in order which it came out. I'm like, that didn't come out first. I didn't know you meant in order of continuity.
Again, that's your lack of being a fan. Because a fan would have been like, oh, I get it.
Well, as a fan of the Hulk, which you are, Tony, I do think Godzilla is going to get chipped, just like how Hulk did by Thanos, and
everybody got chipped by Thanos. So,
well, not Thor.
I don't know. He did. He had to. Captain America had to grab the hammer. So I wonder why he didn't have the hammer in his hand.
I'm talking about the first Thanos, not Endgame Thanos. I'm talking about
Thanos is Thanos.
No, Infinity War Thanos is much more dangerous than.
But Thanos is Thanos. He's still Thanos. Man, can we talk about Godzilla, man?
That's y'all talking about how Hulk and stuff.
Godzilla.
Can Godzilla just get 5 more minutes? All right.
All right. Okay. So, how is Godzilla going to win? Is the question.
So here's what I think. I don't think there's going to be a clear winner. I think the rumors are true that Mechagodzilla is going to be in the movie. I got a feeling they're gonna battle, on the boat. Then they're gonna get separated. They're gonna battle on the land. They're gonna get separated. And then some people think some of the Godzilla that you see in the trailer is really Mechagodzilla underneath a Godzilla-like skin. But I don't know about that. But I got a feeling. I don't know if they're going to spin it where Mechagodzilla is a bad guy, or it could be technically a good guy, like the government created their own kind of like kaiju, like if you think of what is it called, Pacific Rim, they built these robots to go against the kaiju. So maybe the government might build a Mechagodzilla to go against Godzilla if he ever got out their contingency plan, a Batman type thing. So
a Hulkbuster.
Yeah, a Hulkbuster. So, but I feel like Mechagodzilla sound like he's going to be bad, but again, this is all rumors and speculation, but I'm leading into the rumors and speculations, and this is why I don't like rumors and speculations, because if Mechagodzilla ain't in the movie at all, I'm like, yo man, well, ain't nobody set you up but you. So but that's what I think. There's not going to be a clear winner, because I think they're going to upset different fans, right? But then didn't somebody say something like the license for Godzilla is about to end? So maybe King Kong might win because they got more King Kong movies they can make. I heard some rumor like that. So I don't know.
Interesting. Okay.
I think they're gonna keep going with the whole universe after this. Like, I don't think nobody's gonna actually get killed. I think they're gonna keep it going with the whole Godzilla, Kong, monster universe, stuff like that. So I think it's gonna be like high pack action. I'm hoping it's less of the humans talking. Because I think in one of those movies they said it was. I think the first Godzilla, people thought it was too much human and stuff like that, or either the second one or something like that.
No, you're right. It's the first one. Here's the only issue, right? Again, I'm a fan. My boy, like, he had an issue with that. Like, yo, it's too much. Now I get it. We gotta. That's why I always say like, writing is good, right? And all right, look at Jaws, right? Back in the day, Jaws was like a modern, not a modern, but Jaws was like a horror movie to a point. You barely seen Jaws. He came out, it's like a Jason movie, right? But look at something like the Meg. The Meg was written to where every so often the creature or the shark kept coming out, so it was more modern, right? So with the first Godzilla, they tried to make it historical to Godzilla. If you watch any old Godzilla movie, Godzilla is barely in the movie. It's all about the humans. So they did that to make it feel like, for the fans of Godzilla. But the non-fans was like, what is this? So they had issues. So the second Godzilla movie was like, you know what? Then this is for you who just want to see a monster mash, and that's what you got. I think there's a more smart where the newer one, Godzilla Kong, first you got Godzilla and you got Kong, right? I think you're going to get a lot of what you want, the newer people want. I think it's going to be written well for a lot of, I think they're going to sprinkle the story in there with the humans at a good pace. I think it's going to be a good movie overall. I think you're going to have a lot of Kong, a lot of Godzilla, and a lot of humans. I think they're going to do it right. I got a feeling it's going to be a hit.
It's got my guy from True Blood in the movie.
Who? Eric?
Yeah.
Eric. That was my favorite character on True Blood.
Eric Norseman.
Yeah. Eric was that dude. I'm gonna lie. So.
I don't think anyone's gonna win. No one ever wins.
I agree.
Because there has to be a sequel.
Right.
There'll be more.
Which production company is doing this? Which studio? Is it Universal?
Warner.
I'm not sure.
Oh, it is Warner's. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Warner. Yeah, it's that movie. Yeah.
Now, who's going to see it in the movies? Who's going to see it at home?
I'm gonna do both.
I want to see it in a movie theater. I want to go to iPic and see it.
Cool. Well, here's what's cool. I'm always a movie guy, but the fact that I'm going into movies, if I like it that much, I can easily say, "Oh, I gotta watch it again at home." So that's gonna be cool.
I watch movies more than once, y'all.
I don't really do that either, though.
I do.
I don't.
Oh, yeah, I watch them repeatedly.
Unless it's something.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. That I miss, like if it's like The Ring, not
you always miss stuff,
especially when you eating all that food.
Speaking of watching movies twice, Josh, I don't know if this is on the list, but did you see that Endgame got knocked off of its pedestal as the highest gross movie in the world?
Avatar, right?
Yeah, Avatar. They re-released it in China, and it took over Endgame again.
Wait,
and then it was a big thing by Endgame fans. Is that like cheating by re-releasing it 10 years later or whatever to get the record and whatnot?
No.
I do think I don't think it can count because when you release it, it's the original release. If you imagine if you go back and re-release a bunch of other massive films in China, specifically that market, which tons of people, right? Respectfully, right?
Right.
A lot of records can be broke. They can break their own records because you have a re-release. So I don't count that.
Didn't Endgame re-released to beat Avatar? To be fair,
Endgame re-released 3 weeks after it came out and whatnot. Like
no. What do you mean 3 weeks after it came out?
So
it was no longer. It was like done, and then they.
Well, yeah, I mean after so it came out in I think April, and then it stopped in June, and then it re-released in July. But like the same time frame, not like 10 years later or something.
I mean, it's still a re-release though. It was a re-release. I mean, to be fair.
All right. So when they re-released the Star Wars trilogy right before the prequels came out, does that also count as well? Because I don't count that. Not 30 years later from the 70s.
Right. I mean, it's hard. If you got a movie on the books, how much movie has this ever made? And then they re-release it. How much money has it ever made? I mean, I don't know. That's a tough one. You could be a diehard fan and say that don't count. But listen, then if Endgame's re-released next month and then beat it, do you say, well, that don't count?
Well, that's what's going to happen. They're going to go back and forth. They're going to keep re-releasing.
Yeah, I think so.
And whatnot. So. And guess what? It's all Disney, so they win either way or something like that.
Yeah, imagine if Endgame re-release like a month before Black Widow. They say like, oh, just to catch you up to speed, be sneakingly, just to catch you up to speed before Black Widow comes out. We're re-releasing Endgame so you can see how it all ended and where it's going.
Yeah, again, that'll work in China. That's not really gonna work in Europe or America.
Well, as long as the end of the statistic says of all time.
Yeah, of all
then it can be updated.
Well,
it depends on the statistics. So yeah, they still have a record for maybe the first viewing of the movie.
Right. Well, they always do that. If you go to watch mojo.com, they'll have like it's opening week, opening weekend, it's first year, it's first month, but all time is all time.
It's all time. So
well, the only winner here is Jim Cameron because he originally got dethroned via Titanic
yes.
from what was it, Avatar first, and then the Marvel films dethroned him. So now he's back.
But I think Titanic came out before Avatar, didn't it?
Yeah, so Titanic had the original record. It's still his film,
though. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he wins at the end of the day. He's back, I guess, where he belongs.
yeah.
Listen, I give credit to where credit's due. If you gotta be a little sneaky, listen, the China thing was sneaky. We didn't hear about it, but we couldn't do nothing about it anyway. Hey. Again, I think Chloé is on point. If you say all time, cool. If you just go by, I mean, I don't know what you're gonna say, but if you say all time, they are the all time.
Yeah, I agree. I think, like I said, they'll go back and forth for the next 10 years of re-releasing the same movies and stuff like that. Back and forth. I'm sure Endgame will come back out and maybe like before the next Avengers, let's say, and that'll take the record back, and then they'll go back again. I think it's just back and forth. So
records will forever be broken.
Records were meant to be broken.
Exactly. That's the whole point of a record.
Yeah. I think Endgame fans are just mad because they only had the record for like 2 years or whatever, where Avatar had it for like 10 before that.
Exactly. And Titanic was like, what, 20?
Yeah. But I mean, that just shows how close Avatar, that just shows how much of Endgame didn't go over Avatar, to be honest.
Right. That's true. That's a great point, Tony.
Is it short margin?
Yeah. I mean, you got us. You ain't get us by much.
Exactly. Now come harder next time.
Yeah.
But honestly, Black Panther saved Endgame.
No.
Yes.
No.
Black Panther saved Infinity War.
Infinity War, yeah.
Wait, what? What are y'all talking about now?
That's the point she's making.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making. Thanks for that clarification.
Well, what do you mean he saved Infinity War though?
Because Black Panther had his own cult following that went to go see Endgame.
And demographically, she's correct because as we know, Miguel, not a lot of people. I'm not saying there's not a lot, but not as much as in other communities really flock to these Marvel films.
Okay.
So she's saying the aftermath gave some interest to the MCU.
I can agree with that, but I don't think it. Okay. I mean, yeah.
Think about it this way. Like, I know people who are just like, me personally, I only went to go see Infinity War because. And
it was, remember, it was months after.
It was months after. So
like 2 or 3 months after.
We were
it was
like,
in
hold
May.
up, Black Panther about to be in Infinity War?
From February to May. It came out, Infinity War came out in May. So.
Yep. Because when I found out he was going to be in there, I was like,
and our demographic, I would definitely say that. But Infinity War would have still did $1 billion plus.
You do know that
definitely.
We are the highest spending demographic.
That's true too.
Yeah, probably not on movies.
Period.
Probably not on movies.
And ironically, the demographic with not a lot of wealth. So there's some correlation.
Exactly. Like, we're going to spend our little bit of money on what we want to. And with our cult following.
I do know Black people who saw Infinity War only because Black Panther was in it.
Exactly my point. See, you're reiterating my point. Thank you.
I agree.
And again, we got to look at the tutelage, the great tutelage, to use your great word here, Miguel, of Kevin Feige. There's a reason why it takes place in Wakanda, because it was designed in that way.
Yeah, he know what he's doing.
I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So can't we move right on into Falcon and Winter Soldier since we're talking about that?
So unfortunately, Chloé and I did not do the homework.
We didn't see
we didn't see the second one because I worked out this morning. Chloe went to the pool. Then I had to go to the chiropractor to get adjusted because my spine is in not great shape. So we're going to watch it after this. However, if you gentlemen don't mind, do you mind giving a spoiler-free response? And then, because essentially the discussion was to be like, where do we think the series is going? What are our theories going forward? And you'll have more insight.
Well, Mike, you want to say it or you want me to say it? Because I've been ready. I've been ready.
I think we're going to have different views. So why don't you go first, Tony?
Wait,
All right,
well, let Chloe go because she never talked about it before. Because you got to bring up your great point about
episode 1, right?
The money aspect. And I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
First and foremost,
we lost you.
Yeah, when Josh left, it muted you.
Yeah.
So he muted you. He was like, I ain't trying to hear this. All right, so
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Y'all know where that reference was from, right? Can you hear me now? Good.
Yeah.
So
hear me now?
Let's first of all talk about how it's no way in the world why that man should be broke. I don't care. I heard what y'all rebuttal was, and I was in the comments, so I couldn't really, express myself vividly. But the show started off with him doing contract break for the government.
Yeah, you said that.
Why your price is not higher, bruh? Why your prices not higher? They can't get anybody else to do what you're doing with the wings and saving. Like, it's no reason why he's broke. If the government needs you to do a secret operative thing, right? Think about other movies when you're a hired assassin. They're getting paid. They don't have any social lives, but they have money. Why Falcon don't have any money? Is it his fault? What are y'all thoughts?
Actually, honestly, I mean, I don't know. A lot of like government employees, stuff like that, they don't have the greatest amount of money. Like if you look at old war veterans, stuff like that.
Those are old war veterans, but what about special ops, Mike?
I mean, but if you look at the history though, right? So on this episode, he had a one contracted job, and who knows how much that was paid for, right?
He still got paid more.
But before that,
how much time after the blip was this?
Remember, it was right after the blip because remember when we went to go.
That's even more the point. So that means he probably didn't have that much money. It's not like he did 15 special ops missions and had all this money. He was gone for 5 years, so who knows how much money he was helping his sister pay for stuff. He disappeared in 5 years. His money ain't helping pay for the house and the boat. He comes back, do one job. Probably don't have enough money. She's been struggling for 5 years. So who knows? They bills probably been so high for 5 years, and he come back and do one job. That probably doesn't add up.
So, okay. I get the character development. I get where this is going. But realistically, you're the Falcon. You were just on TV with Captain America's shield. Your clout should be getting you stuff.
No, you're making it like he's a football player with Nike advertisements.
He is basically a football player with Nike. If I'm freaking in Philly and I'm Mike Vick, why I'm not getting a loan?
But this isn't the boy.
I'm not getting a loan if I'm Mike Vick.
Well, but they know that you have a contract if you're Michael Vick and Philly like that. They don't know how many contracts that Falcon might get moving forward.
It doesn't matter.
What's the loan based off of?
The loan is based off of we can give you a loan because we know you have money. Because you were just on TV with Captain America's shield.
That don't mean he got money because he's on TV with Captain America's shield.
The world, and you know he's a superhero. It's not like he's just some random dude walking down the street that's black. Like
but hold on. Here's the thing. This isn't how it goes, Chloe. So you get a loan based off of your credit, right? You don't get a loan because you're a good Samaritan. Oh, you know what? You're a good guy. You ain't never do nothing bad in high school. Yes. We're going to give you a higher loan than you pay it. No, it's a certain thing called, this is what people forget about credit, right? Everybody think your credit score. It's a certain thing called debt to income ratio, meaning how much do you make and how much bills do you have? My man said the house and the boat is in my name. That means for 5 years, you ain't paid nothing. That means you came back and you did one job. So how are you going to pay for your debt to income ratio? Means that if we give you this huge loan, you don't make enough money to pay it back.
Can I just say one rebuttal to that?
Yes.
He ain't need a loan. That boat was old as hell. it wasn't even like it was some yacht or something. It was
their family boat. That's why he wanted to pick it up.
Ass family boat that probably cost a couple grand to fix. That
boat was big. That was a big boat.
It wasn't like it needed that much investment to get the boat in the water. The boat was still floating. And then like she said, the boat don't work no more. I can't get no more. Nope. Like, come on, bro. He ain't even need that much money. You flying out of the first scene shows you flying through helicopters, blowing stuff up.
Bro, if you remember, I don't know if you
territory. It wasn't even like it was a job that they were supposed to be there. So he's special.
Bro, he was gone for 5 years. He had
before that he was on the run for 2 years for Captain America. They were like enemies of the state or whatever like that. He had no money.
Enemies of the state. If you're gonna be the enemy of the state, you have a bank account, a Swiss bank account, and something with money offshore. Why are you the enemy of the state and you broke?
Well, again, I think that goes back to your original point, Chloe, about Tony Stark Sr., right? Because surely there should have been an Avengers endowment fund somewhere.
Where's the money at?
Into perpetuity, respectfully. Realistically, that should have been set up by Tony for all the human superheroes.
You see Batman?
Well, hold on, okay. Y'all forgetting the story.
Hold on. Let me just say this one point. Batman saved Superman's mom's house.
How much did that cost?
Right?
His whole farm.
It was an old farmhouse. How much did that cost?
Right.
No, but it costs more than that boat.
No. But to be fair, for Chloe's point, he said, "How did you do that?" He said, "I bought the bank." So he spent more money than the house was worth.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Tony Stark can't buy, and he's gonna make money. So basically,
y'all forget the story
of him buying the bank
at the end of Civil War. Tony. Okay, at the end of Civil War, Tony wasn't messing with Falcon or Cap. They broke up. Why would he give him money?
It doesn't matter.
What? It does matter.
It's a superhero fun, bro. Like, I don't see anybody. It's just not realistic to me. Like, you're not gonna risk your life and your family can't afford an old ass boat. That don't even make any sense. You might as well go work at Walmart or something.
It depends who you are. You might just want to be that guy that saves the world.
No, he don't, because clearly he's upset that he can't get a loan because he's black. And in the neighborhood, and did you hear the sister say, "I've been here, you weren't here. This is the same bank that our family been banking at our whole generations, and they still ain't gonna give us a loan off G." And then why they only go to one bank? I know TD Bank would have gave them a loan.
Not if that debt to income ratio ain't lined up.
Right. By the way, Mr. Urban World, that's one hell of a palette there. How do you go from Chinese food to pizza? That's number one. Number two, okay, because we talked about it on the fantastic
BigMike
little ant live stream. So I agree with you, gentlemen, right? Because at the end of the day, he wasn't, as we said, he wasn't messing with Falcon or Winter Soldier, obviously, right? Because he was in his feelings, obviously, right? However, I feel like most of Avengers headquarters is funded by Tony Stark.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So regardless, Cap and, Falcon were essentially living there.
Mm-hmm.
So all I'm saying, there should be an endowment fund, and again, if we're bringing Marvel and Avengers to real life, there should have been an endowment fund because of the Sokovia Accords. Wow, there was not going to be a fund from the government or the political system, even though the entire world would have gladly donated money for that. And if we're being realistic, right? However, so in the MCU, being realistic in the MCU, Tony Stark Jr. I feel like he would have had some type of endowment fund for them, the same way he had in a technological endowment fund for people like Spider-Man and other people. I feel like that all would have been.
I have a question. Don Cheadle is still alive.
Yes.
Don Cheadle's a black man.
Yes.
Don Cheadle knows the system, and Don Cheadle, I'm sure, has money to build some more Iron Man suits, because wasn't the last movie he was flying around in an Iron Man suit?
Well, they got the Air Force got the War Machine, trademark.
So what the hell is Don Cheadle doing to help him?
He's playing the game. But go ahead, Big Mike.
I'm going to say this or whatever like that. I definitely get all your points, but and Tony would know this, historically in the comic books, Spider-Man takes pictures and lives in a horrible apartment in New York City. Stuff like that.
He doesn't know. Let me fact check you. Because the last Spider-Man movie, his mom had a whole, aunt, whatever her name is, had a whole dungeon full of Spider-Man stuff. You don't remember that?
You're talking about Into the Spider-Verse, but
yes.
we're talking about the cartoon. I'm talking about the movies. I'm talking about the comic books right now.
That's still Spider-Man.
Okay, well, listen.
Yeah, money.
Well, my point is that if you look historically in the comics, even though they're all superheroes saving the world, they be having like regular jobs or not a lot of money and stuff like that.
Mike, they only have the regular jobs so they blend in. They don't have the regular jobs because they need to pay bills.
Yes, they do.
No,
what are you talking about?
Look at all the.
You're an old comic fan. Will you tell her? Something like
bro. They have like civilians.
Listen,
Superman don't need a job.
Listen. Stop, Chloe. If Superman didn't need a job, the house wouldn't have got put up for sale. Right? Lois Lane said, "Yeah, mom fell hard on bills. Her husband died. She ain't had no damn money. Superman died. Like, it's real.
Superman should have had a life insurance plan."
Well, no, that's not how it works.
Because this is my interpretation of
it. You're adding something that's not there. That's the issue.
Let me just give my interpretation of growing up watching superheroes. Okay. Superheroes have an alter ego only because they need to hide their identity. Yes or no?
No. The word "only" is incorrect.
Right. But again, I understand your perspective with that, but the gentlemen are correct because it's not just for the blend in with the people, with the populace. Is to illustrate how hard the struggle is. It kind of reminds me of the Die Hard, Live Free or Die Hard, even though that was the worst Die Hard ever, right?
Facts.
It illustrates the aftermath of being John McClane, because you don't have a storybook ending, right? This is the whole aspect of being a superhero. There's a lot of trauma and everything with that.
But like, to be realistic, because I feel like when you think about bills and stuff, right, we're bringing realism to this. We're bringing like realistic aspects, but realistically, look at Cyborg. He has the power to freaking put money in anybody's bank account.
He's a cyborg.
Yes, but what I'm saying is there's enough resources. There's enough resources between the people that they encounter daily that they fight to save the world with.
So you mean resources as in Cyborg steal money and give it to them?
No, that's stealing.
Wait a second, but it was okay for him to steal money for the woman who didn't have any money.
Yeah,
it wasn't okay. No, it wasn't okay.
It wasn't okay. He still stole money. So again, at the end of the day, Chloé, imagine that money came from your account. You gonna feel the same way? You gonna keep
$200,000 ain't coming from my account.
Imagine if it did, you gonna keep that same energy. Like,
but guess what? If I had $200,000 in my FDIC account, guess what? It's getting reimbursed because it should have been insured.
Well, Mr. Earl had a
not with the cyborg because he controls the system.
Mr. Earl had a good point. He said typically the villains are the ones that's really rich.
Exactly.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And Batman is also rich.
Because his family was rich.
And Iron Man is also rich.
His family was rich, not from doing the job.
Rich?
Yes.
Tony Stark.
Howard Stark, yeah.
So if you're that wealthy, why are you not helping people that's fighting to save the world?
No. Okay, Miguel, I understand the anguish, but this is Chloe's original point, because initially she was saying Tony Stark is kind of a piece of ish for not helping out these people because he understands how like they're not going to get reimbursed from the government or the people. So to a degree, he is slightly responsible for.
I mean, you could definitely say that about Tony Stark or who else, Batman, even and whatnot. Because like the Flash works at a lab in DC, and he's a part of the Justice League or whatever like that. But I feel like these people are kind of like good Samaritans, like you say. They want to save the world, but they still are regular people with regular jobs, stuff like that.
And to me, that's the genius part from Stan Lee, R.I.P., and Jack Kirby, and everyone like that, because who created this entire universe on both sides, DC and Marvel, because you're supposed to relate to the superheroes.
Yeah,
that's the main aspect, because there's a lot of humanity, even though they're inhuman. Pun absolutely intended.
I think at that time, like if Falcon would have said when they were cool still, hey Tony, I'm gonna lose my boat and my house, I don't think Tony would have a problem writing him a check, honestly.
But Mike, it don't matter if they're cool or not. He could not have saved the world without him.
I mean, but by that point,
it's a team of people who's needed to save the world. Money is irrelevant.
Do they really need Falcon though? Like, do they really need him? I'm just saying.
He helped, he risked his life. And he has a special set of skills that was needed, or he wouldn't be in the movie.
I mean, okay. I just feel like that if he would have asked them, they would have said, yeah. But I feel like they're still regular. You got to see they're regular people and whatnot.
They're not regular people. I feel like that's just the storyline.
Well, no. To a degree, you got to remember they are regular people thrust into this superhero storyline, and that is literally that's the carbon copy cookie. Even though it's cookie cutter, but it's a cookie cutter from different vantage point for every single superhero ever. You were once here. And now you're over here.
And like the struggle is to be a regular person and then have abilities, or have abilities and try to be a regular person. That's the struggle. It isn't like, hey, I'm superhero, so throw me money. You know what I'm saying? This isn't The Boys. I think you might have just finished the episode of The Boys and was like, how come they couldn't be Homelander? But that's
I'm not saying the government should. I mean, the government should pay them, but I'm just saying, like, bruh, it doesn't make
even Captain America, like in Winter Soldier, right? Yeah, he was working for Shield or whatever, like that on contract, but he had a very small apartment in DC or whatever, like that. Like, they're not making
that's
crazy
by
money.
choice, Mike. That's what I'm saying. They have these very humble lifestyles by choice because they want to blend in. Because unlike The Boys, well, no, The Boys, they had secret identities, but the secret identities.
No, they didn't. Not in The Boys.
Starlight did. Remember when she was out of costume? They didn't know who she was.
People knew.
Yeah, that's why she had to wear like she had to try to hide herself and act like
right. She tried to blend in.
Yes. So what I'm saying is the alter ego, whatever, the alternative personality is to blend in, because you can't unless you're Iron Man or freaking
and
Batman.
to work because you have a job. It's both or whatever. I'm telling you. Like they said, Clark Kent has a job writing articles for the Daily Bugle because he needs the job or whatever.
But what's her name? Mary Jane had money. The mom was just broke.
She didn't. She
Did
was like
her loft in where do they live in New York City? Are you crazy?
Wait. Which Mary Jane are you referring to?
The one that I'm not Mary Jane. What's her name? Lois Lane. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because she has a job.
Yeah, she has a job.
Go to work. Remember, she was saying they were saying she stopped going to work because he died.
Right, but she also has clout.
Yeah,
as she brought up before.
Clout.
She's been working. It'll be like you if you've been working and have money in the bank and you was like, you know what, I'm traumatic because my husband died. I'm gonna take some time off. Well, you've been had money. Nobody gave her money because she was a superhero.
So let me say this, right? So Falcon, you mean to tell me Falcon couldn't just go to a yacht company and be like, I'm gonna do a
do what?
Sponsorship of your yacht so I can get a boat?
Maybe he could.
He could. Right. So like as you said before, Chloe, that's a choice from him. He could play up the superhero, but part of the superhero struggle is to like shy away from that because you're doing it for selfless reasons, not for monetary gain. That is not a superhero. You're doing it for monetary gains. That's
you'd be surprised, even in real world, how many ex-football players, basketball players, wrestlers, they're broke.
They broke. But I'm just saying that's because they made decisions, but they weren't like I mean, listen, people make decisions with their money. And that's that. However,
they're also not
you're still relevant. You're going to make money. We ain't talking about washed up people.
Right.
We're talking about people who still have clout.
To be fair, conversely, Miguel, these are the people you're bringing about actually had the income.
Yeah, and they lost that money.
And other people didn't have the income. But I understand why they're not getting that income. Because
it's less than what you think it might have been in some cases. That's all I'm saying.
I think she's
not saving the world.
I think she just feel like there should be a handout because they once was saving the world. That's all.
And maybe it should. I agree with her.
Like, why?
In terms of right,
I agree with it. They should help him just because of what he did, but that doesn't happen. I feel like
Mike Tyson also got his face. That tattoo on his face is copywritten, so he got money from the movie. What was it? Hangover. He could make money. Mike Tyson be making money. I just went when I was in Vegas last March. He sold a patent for like crazy amount of money because he signed it. They have money. What I'm saying is when you have clout, there's no reason why you're broke.
Okay.
Shout out to Ray Sherrod, by the way, who's killing it in the comments as well. So
Xavier's family had money for like 100 years or whatever like that. So
yeah, but guess what? None of the X-Men had to worry about food, and they both
because of Professor X.
Exactly, because the person with the money is supposed to share the money.
No, and again, that's true. So that's why, like Tony Stark Sr., like I'm looking at you, and to be fair, he's the type of person who would do that. Exactly. So to me, that is the only glaring issue about Falcon and Winter Soldier thus far, since we only seen the first episode. However, I understand they're using it as a I don't want to say a plot device because I haven't seen everything yet, but it's part of the superhero world to bring them back down to earth. That's the process.
Okay, that's fair. I'm just like, the whole single black woman narrative, and I'm not with it.
But all right, guys, we're gonna cut it there because I know Tony Stark Jr. has a show he's streaming live in 30 minutes.
Got a brand new show coming in a half an hour, and so it's gonna be something I really want to be something. It's gonna be a little more controversial. So
really,
yeah. So I interviewed this guy a couple weeks ago, real quick, guys, and in my gaming community, he's like the bad boy, so to speak. Like when he says stuff, he kind of ruffle feathers. People don't like it. Like we're in a Stadia community, and he went on record to say Stadia is gonna die in 6 months. Everybody was like, so everybody gave him a lot of hate. He literally changed his gamer tag because when he goes online, people always hit him up and say dirty stuff to him. So I called him out and I said, dude, let me do an interview with you. So I interviewed him to call him out. Like, look, I feel like you say stuff is BS. And I feel like I want to do a one-on-one because whenever somebody talk to you on a show, he usually is on a panel with a lot of people. I feel like he never really addresses it fully or somebody chime in. So I interviewed him. He was cool enough to say, let's do it. So I interviewed him and, the controversy sells. So I said to him, a lot of people congratulate me, inbox, oh, I think it was a great interview. You finally got him. I never heard nobody put his back against the wall. So me, being myself, I inboxed, said, dude, what if you and I did a show together? He was like, what? You wouldn't want to? He's like, bro, people might leave you. He was like, you sure? Because you might have people unsubscribe. I said, listen, man, I don't care. My channel isn't made from gaming. So leave if you want. My highest video is a treadmill video. I don't nobody tell me what I can't do. I said, but to have you, people think we supposed to hate each other, but imagine if two people that speak their mind did a show together. So it's going to be called, his name is Duncan. So it's going to be called Duncan and Cowboy Tell It Like It Is. And so we're going to tell it like it is. No holding back. Because the show I did when I interviewed him, I call it Keeping It Real. So let's talk Keeping It Real. So I asked him questions and pressed them. So now people are like, wait, what? How are y'all doing a show together? Some people are mad about it, but I don't give a. So anyway, I got to get myself together. And so yeah, it's gonna be crazy because it's gonna be supposedly we're not on the same side. I'm Team Stadia. He thinks Stadia's gonna die, but I figure it's controversial. I'll do a show with the guy that everybody hates.
I'm actually curious to see why he thinks Stadia is gonna die because I think Stadia is gonna thrive in the next.
He has Listen, I disagree with his beliefs, but real quick. Stadia went on record a month ago. When Stadia first came out, it was a new cloud platform, right? So all the other stuff that did cloud before was just getting games and putting it on. Stadia said, we're going to be the first to create a cloud native game that you've never seen before because cloud is infinite. You can have a game that got 1,000 players on the screen at one time, this whole big stuff. So what happened was the game Cyberpunk came out and it played extremely well on Stadia. And on if you had a high-end PC, it didn't even play that great on the new consoles. So since it did so well, they realized it's costing us billions of dollars to create our own games, and that's not what they're good at. They said, you know what? Since a game somebody else made ran so well, we're gonna close our studios and we're gonna just focus on getting the games that everybody wants. So because of that, he feel that they're not supporting Stadia because they're closing their thing, and he feel like Stadia is not gonna last long without having their own made exclusives.
Can I say one thing? Mm-hmm. If Stadia does a contract with Amazon,
well, Amazon
has their own thing, bro. Amazon has their own thing.
They have their own gaming thing.
Yeah, they have their own cloud gaming.
What's it called?
Cloud gaming, yeah.
What's it called?
On my Luna, right?
Luna. So they have their own Stadia.
Yeah.
I use Amazon Fire Stick. Like it shows like I can play the cloud on my Fire Stick right now.
Right.
Oh, whatnot. So
Amazon.
I feel like Stadia. My perception as a person who knows nothing about Stadia, besides what you do, Mike. Right. I mean, Aunt. I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a Stadia following, but people are into too much PS4 and
PS5 and Xbox Series X.
No, yeah. So definitely, the good point is PS5 and Xbox are the echelon, and Nintendo, let's not forget Nintendo, but PS5 and Xbox are the echelon of gaming, right? So cloud service, if you look it up, it says the cloud gaming is only going to have 2% of the money that gaming makes. So when you think about Xbox and PlayStation, what people don't realize is mobile phones has the majority of the gaming industry. Mobile phones topple PlayStation and Xbox together, right? But what Stadia and cloud gaming feel, well, if mobile phones are so great, right, make so much money, what if I could put the same type of games that PlayStation and Xbox could do, that quality game on your phone? So the people who can't afford a PlayStation, can't afford an Xbox, you know, those people who only have a phone could play those quality games on the phone. So that's the theory behind cloud.
My question is to rebuttal that is,
right,
what happens when PS5 and Xbox decides they want to do cloud gaming too?
Because Xbox already did that, right, Tony?
Yes, Xbox. So here's the thing. I think Xbox, they're going to be the king eventually. But Sony actually just put out a recent article that they are working. Like a buddy of mine, they created a new show because of place. It's called Cloud Station TV. I was watching it earlier and left it to watch you guys. When anybody who now let me back up real quick. PlayStation Now has been out since PlayStation 4 came out. So PlayStation Ben had a cloud service, but it's trash. Like it plays really bad, and that was the big thing. But they since then, if you play it now, everybody's like, "Yo, it's smooth." But PlayStation didn't put that out. So now they're saying like, "Oh, PlayStation must be getting ready to jump into the cloud thing," even though they was there way before. So your point is correct, Chloe. If PlayStation and Xbox is on their way, Xbox problem is they're not as advanced as Stadia. Like Stadia, you could play it in 4K. Xbox, you can only play it in 720p. That's a big difference. But they're in beta right now doing a test on 1080p. Still not 4K. So the thing, what makes Stadia have the advantage is you could buy a brand new game on Stadia. You can't do that nowhere else. Now, Xbox got a the new big game coming out next April 1st. It's called Outriders. That's going to be on xCloud, which is their cloud service, day one. And if you pay for the service, you get it for free. Like it's included, right? So that's showing that maybe Xbox might. But here's the problem.
No, wait. Before you continue, let me just say one thing. The first person that came, or the first company that came out with this cloud streaming service for movies was Blockbuster and Redbox, and now they're obsolete.
Right.
So my question is, you know, Google is doing all of this research and they're getting all the technology to play. But what happens when PS5 says, oh, let me hire some people from over there to come over here and develop our cloud gaming. And then instead of, you know, charging $600 for a PlayStation, they say, hey, you can do a $20 subscription. So it's gonna like, they can steal their stuff. Basically.
So here's the thing. My only issue with that is PlayStation is big on people buying the PlayStation, right? Look at all the scalpers, everything. The moment PlayStation hit that switch and say, you could just pay for a subscription and not buy the system, they're going to be their own competition, right? Why would I spend $500 for a system when I could just go ahead?
Not own competition. It would just be a different demographic.
No, because competition means you're no longer going to listen. If I say
they do both.
Listen, if I say
streaming really costs because they don't have any. They don't have any.
Competition, right? If I say, hey, the new PlayStation just came out. Everybody want to grab it like crazy. Scalpers buying it, selling it for $1,500. I don't care because I just pay $20 or $19.99 or whatever a month and get the same game. That's a PS5 version of the game. That's competition, and therefore nobody's gonna buy it. Anyway,
competition. Like look at Yeezy. He be putting out a limited amount.
I hear what you're saying. I've been interested in this for a long time.
I'm just saying.
But I gotta go because
thanks. But I'm just saying I think Stadia is dope. But what I've seen happen, and what I'm sure a lot of you have seen happen, is it's a dope pioneering company, and the companies who already have the following steal that and make their own model. Like
I mean, and like Josh said, Xbox has it. Xbox is working on it. It's just the tech isn't there. But I agree. The day Xbox and PlayStation, listen, if tomorrow PlayStation tech was on par with Stadia, is a wrap. I'll say.
Do you think Google would sell it, would merge with like PlayStation?
People are thinking they're going to do what's called a white label, meaning their tech is just they're going to loan their tech out to other people. That's what people think. Like
Samsung does with Apple. Yeah,
exactly.
Right. Or how the video game community does with certain studios. So I just think it's a matter of time before Stadia has 4K technology. Then I think they're going to be able to be more competitive with the next gen gaming. And then I think it's going to be.
No, they do have 4K now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they have 4K. Yeah. The thing with Stadia is they have 4K from day one, but it's about the developer. For instance,
that's what I'm saying. The developers, yes.
Yeah, to the developers. The problem is Stadia's on a different. It's like Linux and another system. Stadia is different from everybody else. So when you make a Stadia game, you have to create a port. So developers don't want to take the time to port their game over. So sometimes, but they've been getting everything day and date. They just shocked everybody because they're getting Resident Evil Village day and date. They're getting Outriders day and so now they're literally getting every game the same day. But what people think is they're not going to have exclusive because if they're not making their own games like PlayStation and Xbox, then why would you get it? But what people are saying is, well, Stadia is just going to pay another company to make their exclusives. But I got 20 minutes. I got get myself.
Wait, can I ask you one thing real quick, Tony? Because just it relates to the movies real quick. You might know this game. I guess it's coming out. It's a movie coming out based off a game, Ghost of Tsushima or something like that.
Yeah,
How do you feel about a movie coming out about that? Because
again, that's a PlayStation exclusive. So that game did very well. It's a PlayStation made game. I wasn't so into it. It's based off of Japanese culture. It's pretty much going to be something like The Last Samurai. It will be one of those type of movies.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, guys, we're going to call it there. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Avengers, for assembling. We appreciate y'all for making the time. And
thank you guys for listening to me rattle off gaming.
Absolutely. That's an integral part of the show. Thank you, Tony Stark Jr. And we look forward to Big Mike Little Ant streaming tomorrow live.
It'll be next Sunday. We do every other Sunday right now. So,
but we'll look forward to the Budokan review.
Yo, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that'll be on that. All right.
There
See you guys later.
All right, guys.
Thanks, guys. Have a great Saturday and enjoy yourself.
Thanks, Mr. Urban World.
Let's go.